Yo, what up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your guy from across the sky, John Mike, and I am down here hanging out today. I got a really special live that I want to share with you today. If you have not been paying attention all week long, we have been doing these videos with my guy, Sean Keys, dope producer from down in NOLA, New Orleans, and he is super dope, and I hope you guys have been enjoying those videos. If you haven't, you can go watch those videos individually on the channel, but you might not have to, because if you kind of hang out, if you got some time to kind of chill today, I'm actually going to be streaming all of the videos that we posted this week in case you missed them. We're going to show everything from the background vocal session, from the drum session to the studio tour, what mics they're using, even all the way down to the Pro Tools session where they are breaking down the actual recording and everything. And if you haven't heard the song, I don't know where you've been, because it's number 5 on the gospel charts right now, and it's Home by Keyla Richardson. And like I said, we got a chance to sit down with Sean while he was actually producing the song. So we got a chance to get the BTS on this before it even hit the charts, before it even came out, and I'm excited to be able to show you guys this process. But if you hang around today, we're just going to be streaming the whole process, the whole shebang, and I hope you guys will hang around, and I hope you get some value and all of that from it. So please feel free to share this video. I hope you enjoy everything, and without further ado, let's jump on into it.
Yo, so one thing I pride myself on as a producer and a composer is not just being able to do one style of music. And I'm grateful to John Mike over at gospelproducers.com for this amazing plugin, Peculiar Sounds. I actually used this particular plugin on a record I did for Lamont Sanders called On God. It's urban record, more probably in the bag of what I was used to doing when I first started producing and composing before I started getting the calls to do the worship records and the church records. So this is near and dear to my heart. This particular plugin really makes it happen for me. The sounds are just incredible. So right off the top, the first thing I looked for was a pad to start the song off, right? So of course, I went to Peculiar Sounds and I found this pad called Dirty Distance. This was the one. It was crazy enough, this was the first pad I clicked on and I stopped because it was it. I didn't even want to look at anything else. This was the pad. So the song starts off with this pad playing. So I'm gonna just play it. Ooh. Yo, it's the glide for me. Like, it's the glide for me, man. Like, you know, I'm big on playing sign pads on certain things, and you got to reach over and grab the pitch bend wheel. But man, like, I love the fact that Peculiar Sounds has the glide built in, and you can adjust how much of it you want or how little you want. So I kind of dialed it back a little bit just so it wouldn't be so much for this particular song. And when I tell you, it fit perfectly, man. I used it through the choruses, I used it on the bridge. It actually sparked the inspiration for really the rest of the record, because I honestly started with the drums, and then I went to the pad next, and I was like, this is it. So I'm gonna just run the record for y'all, just the track itself, and let y'all hear. Hey. It's amazing. Shout out to John Mike and gospelproducers.com for Peculiar Sounds, man. If y'all don't have it, what are you waiting for, man? Come on, get with it, man. Yo, so today we're here at the famous Gumbo Studios. This is where I do most of my tracking, if not all of my tracking. We're here with Reggie today, who is one of the greatest engineers in the country. And we're going to be tracking drums and BGVs for Keyla Richardson's new single, Home. But, you know, before we do anything, we always start off with prayer. So we're going to pray and we're going to get started in just a second here.
All right. Mikey, baby.
Huh?
All right. So we about to get started. Sean's about to talk to you. He got the button and stuff like that.
So, yeah, we ready, nephew. We're about to open up with a word of prayer, and then we're gonna get into it. You ready?
All right, well, give me one second.
Father, thank you, Lord, for this day, Lord. Thank you for the session, Lord, as we get ready to record these drums for this song, Lord. Actually, bring everything back to our remembrance, Lord. Help me to coach good and help Mike to play good, help Reggie to engineer good. God, we thank you for what you're going to do through this record in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Right.
Hey, Neff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to coach you through each section. Like, we're not going to stop, but I'm going to tell you, like, where the builds are and everything.
Yeah.
And, like, where to put, like, you know, add the snare on this part. I think that'll feel more natural than me just sitting here letting you play it through. Right?
Facts, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go back to the beginning. And I'm gonna just be pressing the button, like telling you, giving you different little, you know, clues and all that, like where to go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, here we go. From the top. Here we go, the kick on the floor right here. 3, 4. Yeah.
It's not normally how we do it.
Get ready to come up on the wash in a second. Clean break, back to the kick for the second verse. Here we go. Get ready to go back to the tom pattern, but we adding the snare this time. Bridge. Got snare every time this time. Here we go.
I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
Boy, good.
Yeah. Yo, I love how at the end of that, you just let the cymbals ring out. That's exactly what I wanted. Just boom, boom, just let them just ring out. That's
The
beautiful.
Lord lives in the cymbals.
Yes, he lives in the cymbals. Hallelujah.
I did mess up.
You did?
Like the last minute, I missed something.
Okay.
That was because Sean told you every beat on the snap.
It was, but it was.
I know, but he came out there.
Oh. Hey, we can take it again.
All right, bet.
All right.
All right. So where you gonna go from? You wanna go from top, or you wanna take him and punch him in at that spot?
Hey, we can punch in at that spot. Hey, Neff, where was it?
It was right before we're going out to the I don't wanna be.
Oh yeah.
bridge,
Okay,
right? Right before the bridge?
the bridge to the vamp?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Punch in.
Cymbals only on the next spot. Yeah.
I let him ring out.
Oh yeah, Lord, yeah. That's it now. How you feel about it?
I messed up the same spot.
All right, so one more time from that same spot again?
One more time, that should be good.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, Lord, yeah.
Why don't you do it again now? Here we go.
Here comes the bill.
Gotta be all day.
Right. All cymbals on it. Here we go. Yeah. I think that was it.
That was it. Felt good, brother.
That felt good, man. What you think?
Think that's it.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, Lordy. That's it. Come on out, Nev.
Come on in the room.
Michael Hodge in the house. Yo, man, look. I just want to introduce y'all to this young bull here. This is my nephew. He just came out of the booth. Just did an amazing job on this record, man. This is the great Michael Hodge. Man, how old? Tell him how old you are, bro. How old are you? This dude is 19 years old, smacking. Comes from a musical family. If you're a Hodge in the state of Louisiana and you play something, you probably really good. So, yeah, this is my nephew right here, Michael Hodge. This is actually his first record with me. Is it? Is it the first one? Yeah, this is his first record with me, man. So, yeah, man, y'all be looking out for the young bull, man. He is. I can't say he up and coming because he's smashing right now. He's smashing everything. So, yeah, that's my nephew. Michael Hodge. I'm working on this record right now. It's gonna be on Lamont Sanders' new album. And I got to the bridge and I was like, yo, I really need a fat, wide sounding sign pad, right? To drop on this bridge. So, of course, went over to Peculiar Sounds and went to the sign pad, the one Doob's Sign 2. So this is Doobie Powell's sign number 2, man. Sound great for this. So let me play a little bit of this, let y'all hear how I use this sign pad to fill up this bridge real fast. Check it out. Hey, we're gonna make y'all dance with this record too. My record, we're gonna make you dance a little bit. Hey. Bridge, right? Hey. Man, it's as easy as that, man. Y'all, what you waiting on? Peculiar Sounds, man. Hit that thing today. Shout out to John Mike, gospelproducers.com. Sean Keys here. Peace.
Okay, so today we got 3 BVs coming in to sing. So because of the record I heard that Sean sent to me, it's they're gonna have like some very top heavy moments that need to be top heavy. These Lewitt's really are really pure and clean for that top end, so I chose to go with these on today to bring out some of the nuances and stuff like that and the dynamics. Of course, you know, I got a different one on the tenor, which is, I believe this one is the 440, no, the 540, has a little bit more body to it than the outsides that I'm gonna have on the soprano and alto, which brings out that little, you know, that little sparkle on it, man. Love Lewitt, man, company I slept on, great price point, man, but gives great results, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear him today. All right, so let's get y'all a little insider's view on the drum mics that we use for this record here with Sean. So let's start from the floor up, you know, the foundation. So ain't nothing like a good old handy dandy trusted Beta 52, man. It's a good all-around, all-purpose microphone, of course, for kick drums, sometimes bass amps and stuff like that. But I chose to use it for this one because I did that big punch, but also because of that record, I need to have that deep low end. So there's a company that I like to use. They make the sub kick. Their version of sub kick is by this group called Solomon. I really love it, man. It's a custom one that they sent me, and it's beautiful. I really love it. It always gives me that extra low end that I'm looking for. Then let's go up, going down the chain. So we got on the top snare right now, I got an M81, I believe it is. It has a little bit more body, the Telefunken. It has a little bit more body than the regular M80 and the 57s, of course, but it still got this crack about it that I really love. And we went for a deeper sound on this song, on the snare, but I still needed that crack, so I used that. And of course, on the bottom, I just threw a 604 that's on there. Oh, matter of fact, we unplugged it already. Sorry about that. But yeah, we used the 604 on there. Nice, just all-purpose microphone, just like we got on the Toms today. 604, quick clamp on microphones. They sound good, bang for the buck. You know, can't go wrong with them on this. Hi-hats. I got a good old SM7B. It's modified by the company Trace Audio. They put a little extra filter in there where I could have phantom power, so I don't need as much gain going into it. Sounds amazing. It doesn't really change the color or the texture of the microphone, but it gives me way more clean gain staging on that joint, man. And on the overheads for today are the Earthworks. The Earthworks, you know what I'm saying? Love this company. Listen, the small diaphragm, big sound though. These are, I believe, the that's the SR25s. I believe they are. Let me make sure I don't want to give you the wrong numbers. Yeah, but SR25s, yep, I was right. SR25s, man, small diaphragm, big sound, really good on overheads, really detailed. Really detailed, and also it's like, you know, you'd think that it'd be harsh on cymbals, but it's not. It's really good. Catches the full drum imaging great. Low end is beautiful on it, man. Of course, you know, 57 for a talkback microphone today. And in this scenario, I normally would throw up some room mics in here, but for this record, I wanted to create some more. I have a little impulse response for this room. As you can see, if you look up, the ceilings are pretty high. So again, like I said, those Earthworks are big sounding microphones, or they look small, so it actually gives me a little bit more of that room in there as well, and I have them spaced up higher to be able to capture some more of the room. But I do have some impulse responses that I'm gonna put on afterwards to create that bigger sound, man. So yep, that's the drum setup for today.
I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply it to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
Okay, so we're going on to this side of the console of the room. Show you what we're running and we're processing today. So my normal vibe is, as you can see, got it labeled up. Running majority of stuff through the SSL console. Things that's hitting the preamps here on the SSL are going to be the overheads, the toms, 3 toms, the bottom snare, and the kick out. On my kick in, what I usually use and what I used today was the Warm Audio WA273. Great emulation of the vintage old school right here. As you can see, 1073. EQ sounds really good. On drums, it's really fat. It gives you the body. The EQ on it is really good too. And then there's this little tone thing. I didn't use them today, but in the right scenario, they got these tone things that mess with the impedance of the microphones, and it actually gives you so much more body depending on what you're looking for. But great thing. So I didn't do too much processing outboard on today. I know I'm going to do some more in the box. Probably going to hit a few distressors, probably a 160 on the kick drum, and probably even the floor tom to give that vibe that we're looking for this record from what I'm hearing now. But yeah, real simple setup today. Gets really deep, but today is simple.
Intro 2, 3, 4. GospelProducers.com.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Back to the top. 2, 3, 4.
Repite. 2, 3, 4.
Praise break 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Praise break 3, 4. Go to church. church. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Drive it. 3, 4.
Breakdown. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Outro. 2, 3, 4. Chop it. Take it out. Stab the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yo, so now, man, we get ready to cut BVs for Keyla Richardson's single Home. Man, I always use this crop of singers because they are truly, in my book, A-list singers. That's why I named them the A-Team. And we got Ashton Francis and Ashley Tremaine and Jamaric Campbell. Man, they phenomenal singers, all great singers in their own right, but when they come together, they just totally are able to give me exactly what I want on every record. No matter what the flavor is for the record, they're able to do it, man. So we're getting ready to cut with them, man, and I'm honored to have this set of BVs for me on every record that I do. Basically what I like to do for records, depending on the style of the record. So like for this one, because it's not really a choir-y type record, it's more like a CCM vibe meets gospel. You know, usually I like to stack anywhere from about 6 to 8, you know, somewhere in there. So we're gonna stack them 3 about 6 times. We're gonna see where we sitting at that particular point, how full it sounds, maybe we have to pull a stack or so back or add a stack. But usually around 6, you know, ish in that area is probably pretty good. So yeah, man, we're gonna get to it, man. I can't wait for y'all to hear these singers. They're amazing, man. So shout out to the A-Team. Appreciate y'all. All right, so this is for TV guys. So make sure y'all give me the TV energy, you know, and all that good stuff. And the whole world is gonna see that you guys are awesome. You know, she's fixing that hair. You know, so let's show the world how awesome you guys are. Because I sure talked y'all up on all my interviews yesterday. I talked y'all up a whole lot.
Really? Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See? He said I said y'all the best singers on this side of heaven.
Oh man.
Because I really feel like that.
He get heaven. I get this side of it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Here we go. Let's go. We're recording.
Cool, let's stack that.
Right.
Sorry, I just had to get my stuff ready. You good?
Where I wanna be, I'm totally free in you. My spirit is at peace, as my heart leads me straight to you.
Cool, how y'all felt about that one?
It was cool.
It's cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's stack.
That's it? Oh,
Yeah.
don't fall.
Cool.
No.
Here we go.
Where I wanna be, I'm totally free in you. My spirit is at peace, as my heart leads me straight to you.
Cool. Cool. All right, we almost there. Here we go. Stack it.
Where I wanna be, I'm totally
we
get that
go.
one again. All right, let's do it again.
Okay, let's do it one more time. One more time on that one.
Where I wanna be, I'm totally free. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to you.
Yeah, that was much better. Love it.
Where I wanna be. Where I wanna be, I'm totally free in you. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to you.
Hey, are we gonna have any challenge with Jameric since his headphones fell out? We're gonna have bleed from that.
Let's do it again, yeah.
That's one more time.
Look, I was
Where I wanna be, I'm totally free in you. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to you.
Beautiful. I love it.
hey, now.
One more. Let's take it on. One more.
Where I wanna be, I'm totally free in you. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to you.
Hey, somebody was, as my heart leads me, as my heart leads me.
As my heart leads me.
Yeah, let's clean just that part up right quick. Can we punch right there? So the second phrase. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me. Yeah. As my heart leads me. The S. My bad. We have my spirit is at peace. Yeah, we're the second. Yeah, we're the second part.
All right.
Here we go.
My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to
Get it again from the back.
One more time for Jameric.
My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to
There we go.
Do it again.
One more time? Oh, yeah.
back for me.
I didn't say that. She said that.
No, I was trying to find out what y'all said though.
Y'all get it. Shit.
What was that? Take your finger off. Oh,
It's not on.
Something weird to me.
What?
but if
There was a
y'all
problem?
hear it- Huh?
I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply it to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
Huh?
I felt like my voice did something weird, but it's
Oh, let's do it again.
Oh no. I mean,
Yep.
There we go. There we go. Glad I got Reggie ears in here too. You know, he got them dog ears too.
Uh-oh. You sure?
All right, can we move on?
Yeah, we're going to the end now. We just catch that end. We got the middle part already. kind of worked backwards on this one. We caught that middle part first, and now we're going back and catch the end. The I don't wanna leave. Yeah, the first one. You will never leave. You are. And then no, that's the vamp.
No, I'm saying no. Keep going.
Oh yeah, and then the part. I don't wanna leave. Yeah.
I stay straight, huh?
Yeah, so we're gonna take the whole section. So the unison, then to the parts. Everybody straight on where we at? Yep. Ooh, don't. We just getting started. Don't y'all now. Long day, huh?
Yes, really.
Yeah, we're going to the vamp. Yeah, y'all right. We got to get the right spot. Hold on.
Okay, got you now, man. I see
Yeah, yeah, we're at the vamp.
Just make sure it's flowing right.
Yep. Unison first. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Y'all heard that second time. Right, yeah. Yep.
You want to do a second time over?
No. I think they got it. Y'all did remember? Well, yeah. I sound like y'all got it right. That second time the tenor part changes. Yeah. All right. Yep. All right. Let's stack that. Wait. Hold on. Y'all all looking like y'all ain't sure. You're like, wait. You do
I stay the
it.
same, so I'm sure.
Let's run that one.
I don't
more.
change.
All right. Let's do it again. Unison first. Here we go. That one felt good. Let's stack that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lord. There we go. Oh, y'all done warmed up now, huh? Y'all done warmed up, huh? All right. Let's see. Come on. Give me another one. Y'all just some pros, man. Y'all just some pros. I love it. Stackies. Gotta stack it. Hold on, Ash was laughing at something.
No, I'll never leave.
What happened, Ash?
I was trying to get Jameric out of my head because he was doing his he was doing his temptation move.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
All right, here we go. Beautiful. What we got? One more? Two more. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I don't wanna leave.
Right.
No, I'll never leave you alone. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave you alone. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave you alone.
One more time. Give me all y'all got on this one. It's the last one. Give me all you got.
I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave you alone. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave you alone. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave you alone.
Bless your hearts and all your parts. Huh?
The A-Team strikes again. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, y'all come on out. Great job, guys. Killing. Oh, look.
Look, trying to be funny. And this is me.
That's the camera. So A-Team, say hello to everybody in the world. Say hello, world. So this is my squad. This is the A-Team, right? So I want to make sure that y'all can see me too, because I'm gonna be talking about them. So all right. Nah, but this my crew here. This is Ashton. We call her 10. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is Ashton. This is Ashley. We call her Lee. Lily. And then Jameric. This is the A-Team, man. So, like, I mean, this is the greatest group of singers in my opinion, in the world. In the world, Craig! In the world. So they sing on pretty much all my records. So when you hear that I've done production on a song and you hear BGVs, you're going to hear them, right? So we have done countless things together. I mean, there's so much stuff, we probably can't even count all the stuff we've done together, right? So, you know, this is my crew here, man. I love them. You know, we family for real. Like, we don't just work together, we family. So, and I appreciate them. You know, they come from near and far. You know, and they all are dope artists in their own right. Like, you know, Aston sung for the Super Bowl and things like that, and PJ Morton and all that. And Ashley's a solo artist herself, and she's well known all over the country. People know who she is. She's a dope worship leader at a major church in this city. And then Jameer Campbell's also a solo artist himself, and everybody knows him as well. He's sung everywhere, y'all. So, I mean, I'm just honored to have them be a part of what I'm doing. And, you know, so be on the lookout for plenty more stuff from the A-Team. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate John Mike and gospelproducers.com for coming down and featuring my peeps, man. So.
Hey, bro. John Mike, you done it again, bro. You done it again.
Introducing the revolutionary plug-in for the 21st century. The ultimate solution to all your creative needs. Question: are you tired of hitting the roadblocks in your creative process? I know I was. Do you yearn for sounds that would take your production to new heights? Well, I'm here to tell you, look no further. With my cutting-edge plug-in, your brain will be firing on all cylinders, unlocking a world of endless possibilities. Imagine effortlessly finding drum patterns with the perfect melodies, effortlessly creating live arrangements that leave a lasting impression on your audience. And let's not forget about this heartfelt chords that tug at the heartstring. This plugin is not just any ordinary tool. It's a game changer that will revolutionize your music production experience. With this intuitive interface and powerful features, it's like having a personal assistant dedicated to taking your music to the next level. Yeah, new heights. So I ask you today, are you ready to unlock your full creative potential? I know I am. So I say, don't settle for anything less than extraordinary. Get your hands on this plugin. It's the future, and watch your music soar to the new heights. The possibilities are limitless. I give you the world of juice by D-Lo.
D-Lo got the juice, juice, juice. D-Lo got the juice, juice, juice. Juice got the juice, 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 juice. Everybody get the juice, juice. Everybody get the juice.
So let's go to drums, man. Let's start off with the drums. Shout out to my nephew Michael Hodge on this joint. He's the young goat, man, doing big things. 19 years old, killing it right now. So I called him on this joint, as you saw, and let's play these drums right quick. He did such a great job. If you hear that 4 on the floor, you know it's probably me. I like starting off records like that. Giving those vocals a chance to breathe. Hey. Yeah, And of course, like we heard on the other session when I was creating everything, I got the percussion stuff. So let me let you hear how that percussion kind of just lifted everything in the record as far as the drums are concerned. Well, not only the drums, but the whole record. But let me show you how we just kind of put some things. I put some things in here at certain times, not throughout the entire record like I usually do. Sometimes I usually put the loop in through the whole record, but I felt like this would be more impactful if I put it in at certain times and took it out at certain times. So we're gonna go back to the beginning. We start, got a little reverse cymbal action happening to bring it in, right? Through that, and then once we get further in, here comes everything else. Then back out. You know, the percussion just makes it move. You know what I'm saying? Like if you hear it without it, you know, you can understand that, you know, why I put it there, like it needs it. So like let's listen to it without. So it's like it's not here now. So drums come in. You know what I'm saying? But you add them in. Hey, makes it move. And it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. It's a little bit. You got shakers and a tambourine. That's it. That's all it needed. So let's go down to these aux right here. I did some stuff in the intro, of course, to kind of add some colors to bring the record out a little bit in the beginning, some pads and things like that, as you saw. So let's play a little bit of that, of course. Hold on. Oops. Let me solo these out so you can hear them. There's all the synth stuff. Let's float on that air. Gotta have that something to float on. It's that type of record. You know, and it's simple things like this, man. Like, and then I brought something in during the vamp. Man, I'm all about the colors, man. Like, I'm all about the colors. What is a painting without colors, right? So I look at music like that too, man. You gotta have some colors in it. Gotta have the colors. All right, let's go to some other stuff, man. Some bass and let's go, you know what? Let's go to the keys first. Let's go to the keys. Let's listen to the upright pianos and let's listen to the B3 together. Let's just listen to how they kind of married together. And of course, as you can see, we tracked actual B3 on this record. I just felt like I had to put it on here to give it that flavor. So let's listen to the piano and the B3.
I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply. apply it to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
Let's go forward. Let's go a little forward. Chorus. Let's go to the end. Now see that synth in the vamp makes sense now, right? Man, ain't nothing like a B3, man. I love it. I told you that was my first love, man. I played drums first, but organ is where it is for me. Let's go to this acoustic, good old acoustic guitar right here. So I think we did a DI on this, and then we did a mic. So we took a DI and we took it with a mic, and I just love the way it sounded. Shout out to Max who cut acoustic on this. Sounds great. Yep, you know, straightforward acoustic. Then we got, you know, I'm Mr. Layer the Electrics. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So we got like guitar harmony parts, you know, all the guitars. I'm about the guitars. Give me the guitars. I love them. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. Here we go. Yeah, man. That just adds that thing to the song that it needs, you know? I almost treat guitar sometimes like colors, you know what I'm saying? Like you got one part of the song that you're gonna actually play the song, but then you got other elements that you gotta bring the bells and the whistles out, right? So I love treating guitars like that, man. Max, you a beast. All right, let's go over to these vocals. These vocals, man. Of course, Keyla killed. She did her normal thing she usually does. She smacked. But let's get into these BGVs, man. Sheesh. These BGVs are something serious. The A team is the A team because they're the A team. Let's go back down there.
You're where I wanna be. I'm totally free in you. My spirit is at peace as my heart leads me straight to you. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave. You are home. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave. You are home. I don't wanna leave. No, I'll never leave. You are home.
Yeah. All right. Super dope session with the background vocalist. They kill every time. Yo, man, that's the record, man. Shout out to everybody that had a part to play in it, man. The A-Team, Ashton, Ashley, Merrick. Love y'all. Y'all killed it, man. My nephew, Michael Hodge, man, killed it. Sean Bird on bass. Max Bronstein on guitar. Man, shout out to Reggie Nick, who was mixing the record, and Roger Willis, who's mastering the record. Shout out to Uncle G for the opportunity once again to always work with Keyla. Shout out to Keyla for singing her face off like she always does. Man, shout out to God for the inspiration to do the record and create the record. Shout out to Adolphus Scott for writing an amazing song and doing amazing vocal arrangements for this record. So, man, y'all look out for this one. This one's on the climb really fast. I'm excited about this one.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
GospelProducers.com. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Back to the top. 2, 3, 4.
Repite. 2, 3, 4.
Praise break 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Praise break 3, 4.
Go to church. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Drive it. 3, 4.
Breakdown 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Outro 2, 3, 4. Chop it. Take it out. Stab the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yo, so one thing I pride myself on as a producer and a composer is not just being able to do one style of music. And I'm grateful to John Mike over at gospelproducers.com for this amazing plugin, Peculiar Sounds. I actually used this particular plugin on a record I did for Lamont Sanders called On God. It's urban record, more probably in the bag of what I was used to doing when I first started producing and composing before I started getting the calls to do the worship records and the church records. So this is near and dear to my heart. This particular plugin really makes it happen for me. The sounds are just incredible. So right off the top, the first thing I looked for was a pad to start the song off, right? So of course, I went to Peculiar Sounds, and I found this pad called Dirty Distance. This was the one. It was crazy enough, this was the first pad I clicked on and I stopped because it was it. I didn't even want to look at anything else. This was the pad. So the song starts off with this pad playing. So I'm gonna just play it. Ooh. Yo, it's the glide for me. Like, it's the glide for me, man. Like, you know, I'm big on playing sign pads on certain things. You got to reach over and grab the pitch bend wheel. But man, like, I love the fact that Peculiar Sounds has the glide built in, and you can adjust how much of it you want or how little you want. So I kind of dialed it back a little bit just so it wouldn't be so much for this particular song. And when I tell you, it fit perfectly, man. I used it through the choruses. I used it on the bridge. It actually sparked the inspiration for really the rest of the record, because I honestly started with the drums, and then I went to the pad next, and I was like, this is it. So I'm gonna just run the record for y'all, just the track itself, and let y'all hear. Hey. It's amazing. Shout out to John Mike and gospelproducers.com for Peculiar Sounds, man. If y'all don't have it, what are you waiting for, man? Come on, get with it, man.
All right, we here at the iconic Gumbo Studios. Man, look at all of this stuff, man, that's been recorded here. The home of PJ Morton and all these, and we're here with the engineer extraordinaire, none other than Reggie Nicholas.
Know your parts.
That's funny. Man, thank you for allowing us in here for this quick tour, man. Let's kind of walk through, man. Tell us a little bit about this spot, you know what I mean, just before we kind of get into the minutia of everything. Like, man, like, what do we need to know about Gumbo Studios? What's some of the iconic places it's been? I mean, we got Maroon 5 here, man.
Yeah,
of course, PJ.
Yeah.
Man, this is, I mean, how did this whole spot come about?
This spot, man, was really, it was a building prior to us moving in here, that was called the Music Shed, man. And,
wow.
You know, PJ came back down, was looking for something to call his own. So we were looking at this space, another space that's now closed called the Parlor. But this space really spoke to us, and we were just like, yo, let's come and see what it's about. Checked it out, man. Had a conversation, was like, yo, let's do it. He was like, yeah, let's go with it. I was like, cool, I'm bringing my stuff. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you can see, you know, we've done a lot of work. Some of these things are before we had this, you know. But Gumbo Studios is the name, of course, that came from his old album, Gumbo album, you know, kind of locked in. That's his thing. So, yeah, but we here, man. I want to take y'all in and show y'all some stuff, man.
Let's
see
go.
some vibes, you know?
Let's see.
Come on in. Yeah.
So this is the control room.
We're here in the control room, man. We got our little wall of fame. You know, we try to get people pictures. They take pictures, they sign them, put their name. People that have come through have done usually 1 or 2 sessions,
Yeah.
something like that. That's just some of the people. Of course, everybody not always picture ready. Got some stuff as you can see.
Yeah.
Watch the Sun, PJ Morton, one of his joints, the Wurlitzer.
Jeez.
Listen, it's something about me and P. We really definitely like. I can't work in one of those just precisely clean studios. It's something that ain't genuine for me, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is part of P's world right here. Right here, generally I'm sitting here or running around like a chicken with my head cut off, man. And this is part of like my world, man. This is what's surrounding me. So you're looking at it. You see me sitting here at my desk. Got a few toys, of course. We got some symphonic audio.
Yeah, let's go through the gear tour. So what you got as far as the console here?
This console, man, she's sleeping, wake her up for you. This is my console. As you're gonna see, it's called the SSL Origin, man. It's straight up analog console, no flying faders. Look at the name show up on there, all beautiful. Meters on there. It's a really nice console. I love it. It's got some. It's really, the main thing is just that it's analog, bro. It's got the 500 series, the 500 SSL built into it, the bus comp on there.
Yeah.
It's got drive on some of the lines, which is adding some harmonic stuff. I got my little toilet ninja friends up here, keep me company when I'm here working on myself,
That's funny.
Of course, go up to some of the speakers. We got the micro main 27s, which are the barefoot joints.
Yeah, them things is crazy.
That's like my listening joints. Of course, I have these back here. There's some Auratones, the Aventone, Auratone kind of vibes with Rupert Neve is sitting on. Then we got the symphonic audio bigs back there. We were supposed to mount them, but we haven't mounted them yet. Just something just for playing back the craziness. We only got one pair of the subs down there currently. We got another one in the hallway. We're probably gonna pass it up.
That's funny.
Let's go over here first back to our brain, our hub, of course, Patch Bay, computer, all that stuff. Our main interface, which is the Orion HD, controller for like the audio monitor stuff. Okay. We're gonna jump across, and then we looking at all of this outboard gear processing.
Talk about the candy.
The candy. So right now, what I like to do, I try to keep my stuff a little bit more organized. As far as this, so I know where I'm going. So over here is basically majority of my compression. Of course, we got the Tube Tech, legendary, clean, really transparent. We got some distressors, a pair of them. I even got them to where I could link them. It's already set up. 2 of the LC1s, which is by Tree Audio.
Okay.
DBX 560, which is like the 160s, 2 of those. Shout out to Audioscape.
I've been looking
Beast.
at those, man.
Bruh, Audioscape, they're amazing company, bro. They really get it. They get it. They've dialed in on everything that they make that I've heard sounds amazing. I have some more stuff that's about to come in. We got the CLA 1176 Bluey, man, which is really a great thing.
You got the Black Line version too.
Oh yeah, the Black Line. That's why I was saying the Bluey, man. It's sick.
Yeah.
It's really sick. I love it. Jumping up here is a channel strip, of course, is the 737.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah.
P's favorite, 1073. Mike Pre got EQ and stuff in there. I'll explain why these cables hanging in a second. 511, which is basically a clone, not clone, but the Rupert Neve version versus the Neve. See the difference in the labels. That's Neve versus Rupert Neve. This is a vintage. These are the newer Rupert Neves with the R. 511 got some some red silk on there. Got roll off, stuff like that. It's really clean. Burl B1D, which is like I drive that sometimes, as you can see how hot some of those things are. API 512Vs, which I like because they got the output control. A lot of the other ones only had the input, the gain control.
Yeah.
Then we jump over to here more to like preamps and EQ and channel strips. So warm audio, man.
Wow.
These two are 2 of the pieces I love the absolute most. This is the 1073, like that one over there, but this is their version of it, 2-channel. Still got the, of course, the preamp in there, your same EQ vibes, EQ in and out. Under here is like that same 512, but this is theirs in a 4-channel joint. Really, really like these. I mean, listen, the drums, I could throw kick, snare top, rag toms all across here. Drums sound amazing. And then actually right below it, I could put some overheads on here, depending on which ones I got.
Yeah.
On this, the TG2 by Chan, bruh, amazing. That could be the whole drum vibe right there, and sonics and crazy. These right here. Let me speak about these. These probably have been around me since I really started getting into outboard gear.
Okay.
Eureka by who?
Percussion.
Bruh, they was in the bag when they did them, bro. Like they slept on. People don't understand how deep you can go into with these, from like the actual saturation knob that kind of gives it color, all the way down to like you can select your ohms for your input, your impedance on that joint. You got roll off on there. You got an EQ. You got a compressor that's not actually bad at all.
Yeah.
It's all in one joint, and the price point on them were amazing. Let's go down next. So you got the Avalon U5.
Okay.
You know, everybody at bass world, they just love that. It's just like staple, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then we go over here to some extra toys. Yeah, 500 rack, which is the VP28, which is a Cappy audio, is another vibe of the 512. Really loved it, especially on some aggressive vocals. Then we got the Chandler. This is the Little Devil. I love it on bass compression. It's a compressor. It's got some nice vibes, and it got a mix knob on it. That's one thing I like, because you kind of almost parallel right away on that joint. Warm audio. This was something I acquired. I like it. I don't have too much to rave about it, but I like it. I could say that. This Inward Connections, The Brute.
Okay. So
there's a limiter. This is all you need. See these two?
Yeah.
Reduction, output level. Vocals, $1 million.
Wow.
$1 million. The ones that I showed you earlier, the LC2s, to my knowledge, Tree Audio bought this company. Inward Connections is not in existence anymore. And the LC1, I purchased those because this is supposed to be, this is the older model of what they was trying to do. So they made those LC1s based off of this, which give you more options, like as far as your ratio, and I think one other knob, I can't remember exactly what it is. But I was in love with that until I was able to find one of these.
Wow.
You know how we get some things like back in the G, the LA2A was probably like, let's just say LA2A started up at 1,000. Then when everybody started like really listening to it, finding out about it and all the great records, then it was like $3,000.
Right.
Bruh, this thing came out, price point I think at $999.
Wow.
Resale right now, if you find one, it's upwards close to $2,000. It's amazing. I don't want to let it go ever.
Yeah.
Orature by Blackline Audio. Great, just clean preamp. This one, I actually built, soldered everything by hand, pieced this thing together, came in all the pieces. It's a clean preamp. It has a color circuit on here, which is this bottom knob. So just the input bottom knob, and I put a 15 IPS tape circulation, emulation on it. It's really, really nice. Sometimes I'll throw that on the hi-hats really quick.
That's what I was about to ask. What do you use?
Yeah, hi-hat. Hi-hat, a lot of bright stuff sometimes, because that tape vibe gives it, and I have a Neve color, but the only thing I didn't like about that is that in order to access to change out the Neve colors, because this is plug and play, I still gotta take the whole 500 out. That's the only thing I didn't like. The 517, man, is good. I don't use it as much as I should, but it's got a built-in compressor that's really good. Like, it's not bad at all, just to say it's a one knob vibe. You know what I'm saying? It has a blend knob, so I usually run it through my patch bay mic inputs and stuff like that. And then if I want to plug something direct in, like a bass or instrument, I could just turn it like that. I don't understand necessarily why they wanted to blend. It's almost like a little small mixer. Yeah, but they I don't know. They did it, and it's there. I guess maybe if you only had that one, and then you want to, only like this kind of thing where it's 2 or 500, and you want to plug a bass and or guitar or something and your mic, and then maybe just to be on the mono. I don't know, maybe. This joint is a Lindell.
The Lindells, they slept on these, bro.
Yeah, they slept on them. I had 2 of them. One went down. RIP to my homie. But I had another one, and it went down. I actually love this for like a 1176 drum room crush or just like a crotch mic crush. It's great. It is amazing. Then we drop down to this.
Yeah, now.
Warm
You
audio.
in my bag now. I have 2 of these myself.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Warm, I love y'all. I'm gonna say this now. I love y'all. I do. If you want to send me something, I'll take some. But Audioscape. I demoed some Audioscapes.
So you like that one better than you like the warm version?
Bro.
Sorry, Warm.
Like, yeah, okay. Sorry, Warm. Sorry. These are...
Because these are good. Yeah, I use these on every recording I do.
Yo, they are amazing.
Period.
But bro, if you A/B the Warms against the Audioscape joints...
No comparison.
None. Few things over here and then I got some stuff. This space is missing. I got like about my 5057, my Neve Master Bus processor, a decomp, which is by Audioscape as well.
Okay.
That's the monitoring joint. This is a clone of the GML, but it's a mono channel, GML EQ. This is a new joint that people don't really know about. It's called the SPL Big. It's taken from, it's an imaging joint. They took the thump, the low end bass joint from their mastering joint. But this is really for your imaging. Sometimes I'll throw it on keyboards printed in after I do it, or usually the mix bus. If you just need to open it up a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? It does the trick.
Just like,
Oh, it's just sweet. And it's not even overpriced. All right, next to it, we got the Compressor 500, bro. It's a compressor stereo joint. What I love about some of these, especially this one, is this thing here, the mix knob.
Okay.
The mix knob and the gain reduction limiter.
Okay.
So like, people don't really know about gain reduction limiter. So if I'm compressing and I'm hitting like 6, I want to stop at 6 dB of compression, I can set it to 6 dB. So that means that it's gonna compress, and once it gets to that 6 dB, it's gonna start limiting.
Yeah.
So I can set it to how much compression I really want, but it's really transparent. But it also has a feature in here that says warm mode. Let me see, like it has a warm mode that warms it up even more. So I use this. Matter of fact, on the Watch the Sun album, this was. I want to say this was heavy on my percussion bus. Yeah, the percussion I was letting you hear on better.
Yeah.
I used this a lot on that because I was able to control the like I said, the gain reduction limiting, and it also just had a pumping effect, but I could also parallel all in one unit.
Interesting.
And so, like, to be able to have that much flexibility in one dog, Elysia really be on to something. They gave me, they sent to me their rack. They had like a rack or two of all of their stuff, 500s, and they were just shipping around to a lot of different engineers to demo. This is one that really stuck out with me, and their preamp. I just never got the preamp yet, but this really stuck out for me.
Wow.
Then, moving on, Rupert Neve again. I'm a Neve guy. I'm a Rupert Neve guy and Neve. 542. Tape emulation.
I've heard about those.
Yo, I had to have 2, of course, for mix bus stuff or just like processing. Of course, I could throw a drum mono down there, but this, you can drive the mess out of it. You got blue silk, you got red silk, you got blue silk.
Interesting.
You can go 15 IPS or 30 IPS. You actually could control your input on here. You can actually bypass the tape effect in and out so you can hear your differences. But then also the saturation and the blend. That's where it's at. Because you can mash the mess out of it. It's oversaturated, but it's like parallelly stuff.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the biggest things with like a lot of newer outboard gear that I like is having the option of parallel stuff in that one chain is amazing because you can blend it right here versus, okay, let me make another bus but I still want this. I still want to utilize this. No, it's done right here. I could just, that's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Print it just like that. That's 2 tracks down. I ain't got to worry about this track, then another track that's printed for the parallel. It's all done there. So I like a lot of these new units that have the mix knob built into it, man. It's really, really, really amazing. And then the
patch bay.
spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti confusion, man.
Yeah.
But let me take you on back to some of our rooms, man, our ISOs and our live rooms.
Oh, you got to talk about the boards.
Oh.
Just the boards that he has.
Again, this is PJ's World. I don't know if y'all seen it in videos and stuff like that. Let's just go and call out some names. You know, I ain't gonna get into details because you know he's PJ. He does what he does with these things. You know what I'm saying? So you got the Jupiter 6, right? Killing. Infamous Juno 106, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. Just y'all already know what that is. Mellotron. I have a love and this much hate for it. Huh?
I've been thinking about grabbing a Mellow.
I love them. You know they make like about 3 different sizes of them.
Yeah.
The rack, the mini, and this one. I don't know about the rack, and I'm gonna tell you why after I finish talking about these consoles and these boards. The Prophet 5. Amazing.
It's prophetic.
Oh, huh? You're flowing, sir. So the Prophet 5 and the PJ.
Yeah, that's the PJ. That's the PJ.
That's the PJ, you know what I'm saying? And for those of you that don't understand I play keyboards, I play drums. Years ago when I first touched one of the Model Ds, I did not know when I was messing around doing some stuff that doggone mod wheel pitch bend was not coming back. You got to do it. So that's why I respect players that really, really play this, because you gotta, and it's got like a hard indentation in it like that.
Yeah.
Like you hear it snapping.
Yeah.
So like to be able to really do what you need to do,
it's a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's not like the fatties and the sub 37 where it's just like these, just snap back, springy. No, that's real. The mod wheel, learning all this, it's not. You can't preset unless you're marking up the thing.
Yeah.
So there's no real presets on there. Now, going back to what I was saying about this, when you were saying like the rack, the one big reason why I feel and believe that we've talked about it, he likes the actual boards.
Yeah.
If you touch any of these boards, all of them, the action is different.
Yeah.
On all of these, just like from here, going here to playing an organ, a B3, or going to play a piano.
Yeah.
Like you have, like it's something that touching these keys itself makes you play that
different
for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for that instrument.
Straight up. So that's one of the biggest reasons, and that's why, even with this, like when I was saying love-hate relationship, the thing with these are, and you're still limited like the old school. The sensitivity for this, I think it's like the aftertouch or whatever. Bruh, if you're not on it, you could be playing and do something, and that joint jump from 0 to skyrocket in volume. Because that's just how the old ones were. Like you press on it, it's like it's big difference, huge difference. So that's the only thing. We'll be in the middle of a good take, right at the end of it, and all of a sudden that last you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah. So and for me, it might sometime it'd be that one note, or it could be the chord. If it's the chord, it's good. I can automate it down. I can get it on out of there. But when that one note, you're like, can we just try to punch it? If not, we just work it out. Work it out later. So that's that. PJ's bass over here.
The P bass,
P bass. PJ's P bass. Excuse the mess, but this is our inspo room. We just came from a whole bunch of big sessions, so we didn't have.
This is crazy.
Haven't had much time to really Yeah, we got Stevie.
So tell me the story behind the graffiti.
Okay, so this is guy.
Y'all got it on all of the walls.
B Mike. He's a local guy. He does like a lot of stuff. If you've seen around New Orleans, a lot of that stuff is him. He's done a lot of stuff. I think he did something on the Will Smith tour. I know he was on the Will Smith tour, but I think he did something with the artwork for his book as well.
Gotcha.
But PJ wanted the inspiration walls and inspiration room. Some of the people that he looked up to and respect.
Definitely.
Legends, of course, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Then we go over here to Brother Reverend Al Green.
Yeah.
Then we got Prince over here in this corner. You know what I'm saying? And if you see like special only, like just like above there as well, You know, he's very particular about that. Like the songs, the music has to be special.
Yeah.
It's got to be special. That's all we're doing, special only stuff. So we're going to go ahead and come back to that room, but to finish the inspo walls.
I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply it to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
This is the hallway leading to our live room. And if you look at the walls, we have some more of his influences. Miss Aretha Franklin. We got Brother Quincy Jones holding multiple Grammys. Brother Bob Marley. You know, and then on this wall, Marvin Gaye. Got to keep the music first, man.
That's cool.
Got to keep the music first. Let's go back over here and check out the little quick vocal boot. Just remember the name of that company too.
Special only?
No.
Oh.
Flea.
Disco. Oh.
47. Flea 47 is one of my go-tos. I really love it. It's tubed mic. Got that vintage sound, got that vintage vibe, man. It's really, really clean. Love it. Well, when I say clean, meaning just overall, I just love the sound of it. It's definitely got some saturation from the tube stuff. Of course, you know, one of the mics, I turn it on probably like 30 minutes prior to even putting any vocal through it. Yeah. So, but this is our vocal boot. It's been used for a lot of different things, of course. You know, we use it for tuba, horns, just anything, organ Leslie, if we're doing something in there that we got to isolate it. So, and speaking of, let's take you on over to that room, to the live room. Ease on down the road. Right. So this room here, this little partition thingy, I actually use that sometimes a lot for guitar amps. So this is our live room. Where we have a Yamaha C3 piano sitting in the middle. It moves around a lot, but that's been on a bunch of records that you've heard. And our live room, of course, I have, if you look around the treatment, I've done it kind of intentionally over, like in the dead center, it's kind of the deader areas, but if I want reflections, I go move it to that side, closer to the actual windows. They have a lot more reflections off of that open surface and off of that air conditioned duct area. So I'm gonna take you over here. I usually call this room the bass room because I usually put the cabinets in here, but right now it's kind of key world. Don't know why this is on the floor. So as you can see, we got the Hammond B3, my baby, sitting over here with a custom Leslie, I think this is the 147, I think it is, I forget the numbers, I get them confused all the time. Keep it on wheels because it's always moving around, and I got some nice solid wheels that don't vibrate. Got a good old Fender, that is the Hot Rod Deluxe. Then we got a Fender Rhodes over here. You can tell it's been through the storm and the rain, but it made it, huh? Sounds amazing, huh? All right. Got a whole bunch of cabinets around here. You can tell we did some video stuff. Got the name covered up, but that's a David Eden 410 cabinet. Forgot the exact model. We're gonna keep moving on. Now, this is about to look chaotic. You know how drummers do.
Yeah.
One of the kits, let me turn this down. One of the kits that we have, Yamaha, Stage Custom. A lot of people be talking about the Stage Custom, but man, you put the right doggone heads on there, tune them right, them things sing. I love them. It's not always the kit I use. We'll show you that later. Another Rhodes Mark 1.
Yeah, y'all got Rhodes everywhere.
Yeah, another Wurlitzer, bunch of bass cabinets, what you call it, cymbal bags. my rack of snares and stuff like that. Acoustic bass, bro, like bass guitars here on stands. We got a lot of options for a lot of different sounds, man. Yeah, drum pads. We did a rehearsal in here recently, so we got the SPDS set up too as well. A lot of different cymbal options, honestly, because we like different flavors, like 13-inch, 14-inch, 15-inch hi-hats, a ton of different splashes and hi-hat, crashes, about 2 or 3 ride cymbals. I really like this one. It gets a nice little, it's a Sabian joint. It's like a 22, I think it is. But it's like, it's dry, but gives me something. There's something special about that ride. Mics.
Yeah.
These mics are on here from, some of these companies I work with, some of these companies are just, the common stuff, even if it's a session that I'm not here and somebody needs to rent a space. So I have like the normal mics, let's say, so like the E609, normal setup, SM7B, but with a modification, the Trace Audio gives me phantom power, so my gaining on it, I don't have to gain up as much because I got that phantom power and that mod in there. Beta 52 Shure. Now to the mics that you see, they're not all the way set up, and they got some on the piano too. I gotta go back to them. Solomon. Subkick. Love, love, love. To me, more than the Yamaha. Right? Really? Yes, it's something very unique about that. And I do like the fact that I can put it on any mic stand and just keep going. Yeah. That's one thing over the Yamaha, definitely. This company, I can't rave about them enough, bro. Earthworks. That's what's normally set up on my drums. The full kit, except for the kick. Depends on what I'm recording. If it's a jazz joint, I'll pull out the LS, the SR25 LS, which is it captures some more of that low end a little bit more and just could handle more of a punch. Yeah. But these are the SR25s, of course, the tom mics and the snare mics and stuff. We're gonna get to them when we get in the other room. They're in there, but this right now, the E609s, like we're talking about.
Man, people sleep on those.
The E609s?
Yeah.
I love them, bro. They got me through. They got me through. Yeah. But I'm not gonna hold you. That doggone them Earthworks.
Oh no. If you're talking about comparing to Earthworks, no.
But these get the job done. I can't say they
won't.
Getting the job done. They can get the job
really surprised because I use these on my kit. I have the 609s as well, and like you said, the fact that I've used them on tons of records, and you'd be really surprised how much tone you can get out of those little bitty mics,
you
man.
Can.
And you using one on the snare bottom too, aren't you?
Snare bottom, yes. So normally and this is one of those tricks I picked up being on the road sometimes. That first off, it became an option and we tested it out because it was easy to clamp on. Yeah. And sometimes you get some drummers that play so tight, you don't have much room to try to get another bottom mic stand in there. The normal go-to, and I'm really wanting to push the limits. Like everybody wants to do the 57. Yeah. No, so I put a 604 sometimes, or I put a 906 or a 609, which you'll normally see on the guitar cabinet. Yeah. Because it's flat, I can put it on a clip like that underneath, and I get all the information. It's out the way, out of sight, out of mind, but it's there. And looking at the positioning, usually, I could put it on a certain clamp, the LP claw kind of joint, and I can have it right at the snares. Like even if it's, I can angle it so many different ways. I got so many options. So I love that. The M81, I think this is, I always get the numbers mixed up. It's the 88 or the 81. I mean the 80 or the 81. But this joint here, most people use it as a vocal mic. This is the M81. I love because it got like a woofy to it, so you're always EQing it out vocally. But that on a snare, the body of it, and it still got that top end crisp snap, the top end. Oh, bro, so like for a snare for me, it's great. It's not much you gotta do EQing wise if you got a great snare sound already. So that's like one of my go-to nows for studio, for snare top, if I'm not using like the Earthworks or something like that. Yeah. Let's see, let's go into the mic closet and drum room. But before we go in there.
Introducing the revolutionary plug-in for the 21st century. The ultimate solution to all your creative needs. Question: are you tired of hitting the roadblocks in your creative process? I know I was. Do you yearn for sounds that would take your production to new heights? Well, I'm here to tell you, look no further. With my cutting-edge plug-in, your brain will be firing on all cylinders, unlocking a world of endless possibilities. Imagine effortlessly finding drum patterns with the perfect melodies, effortlessly creating live arrangements that leave a lasting impression on your audience. And let's not forget about this heartfelt chords that tug at the heartstring. This plugin is not just any ordinary tool. It's a game changer that will revolutionize your music production experience. With this intuitive interface and powerful features, it's like having a personal assistant dedicated to taking your music to the next level. Yeah, new heights. So I ask you today, are you ready to unlock your full creative potential? I know I am. So I say don't settle for anything less than extraordinary. Get your hands on this plugin. It's the future, and watch your music soar to the new heights. The possibilities are limitless. I give you the world of juice by D-Lo.
D-Lo got the juice, juice, juice. D-Lo got the juice, juice, juice. D-Lo got the juice, 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 juice. Everybody get the juice, juice. Everybody get the juice.
Yeah, talk about
another shout out to Earthworks PM40s. Let me see how I can show it to you. If you see this bar, let me open this up. That'll make it easier.
Oh.
They mispositioned right now because I had it closed. But these little suckers, you just can see they taped down on here because I keep them in here.
Yeah.
I keep them strapped in. Piano mics, I can record with the lid closed. I can record close, and I could still take and substitute and put some other things in here, like some 87s, 414s, 4038s, and then still throw something at the bottom to supplement. But these things do sound, they do the job. They do the job. They can handle it by themselves if they need to. And I love the Earthworks company, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. Y'all been doing y'all homework. Y'all been paying attention, because this is one of the things that we need that, they didn't really have a company that's really doing it as effective. And then, like, cause you get the Pezio pickup joints, but it's almost like you glue it on, you tape it on, it's stuck there.
Yeah.
These, I got mad options, listening to the song, what they're playing. Maybe I want it, and I know it's more upper stuff. I can move the whole bar kind of if I want to adjust it, and then even move the actual boosting of the necks.
That's
so I
super
get
clutch.
the imaging that I really want to do. So it's so well thought about that, and they all of that stuff is like smaller diaphragm stuff, and that still picks up all of the low end and everything, man. It's really beautiful.
Super crazy.
Yeah, so as we walk through here, you're gonna see a whole bunch of extra stuff laying around. Like, we got our 2 tones of Rogers kit, part of them, for some of them old school vintagey vibes. Some percussion stuff laying around. And before we go in there, let's see. This is our, as you hear it resonating and stuff, our drums, the Rogers, another Yamaha kit. In the bags, what you can't see is my Tama Babinga Birch kit. 22-inch kick drum, 10, 12, 14, 16 toms. Amazing. This is another Star Classic kit. I think this is just the maple, I want to say. I can't remember what the wood is on this, but it's a 22-inch kick drum as well, with a 12, 14, 16 floor tom, if I'm correct. If it wasn't, maybe, it's 14, 16. I don't think it's a 16, 18. Floor tom, some more the Yamaha stuff, more snares, 8-inch joint, DW maple kind of vibes that's laying around, cables galore. And this is
the mic closet.
The mic closet. Mics for days.
I see.
Like,
PJ only.
That's the Neumann.
It's the only. He's the only. That's the exclusive.
That's the exclusive. That's exclusive right there. Exclusive. We get into like.
You focus on that.
Yeah,
there you go.
Listen,
another shout out to our Earthworks.
Earthworks, bruh.
They be pulling y'all through.
Bruh, listen, they've been holding it down. I don't know why it's like.
Woo.
The kit. And my assistant put the wrong mics in here. Them SR25s are supposed to be in there. Supposed to be in here. These are the actual QTC 30s. Omni. For a room. I've used this on this Disney project we just did, bruh. For choir.
Yeah. Crazy.
Crazy, bruh. Like, again, Earthworks, y'all did your good thinking and planning with some of these microphones, bruh.
So how do y'all keep this? Well, how do you keep it organized?
So what I normally do, the stuff that's got cases, definitely try to stay in the cases, right?
Yeah.
But here in this area, it's like more of your handheld dynamics.
Got it.
With the exception of this Neumann, which is still a condenser, but handheld, and some of the Earthworks that's in here as well. Earthworks is just on it. I'm sorry, but yeah, the handheld vocally stuff in this area. Over here, you'll see the mics that's more in the long, low end register like that. We'll throw on the kick drums, floor toms, bass cabinets, stuff like that. To this side, you got more of like dynamic, but more instrument stuff like the 609s. I don't know how this is all gonna thing out over here. Slept on. This, let me just turn around so you get my full expression. Buy your dynamic M88 kick drum.
Okay.
Leslie bottom. Bass cabinet. Horns.
Okay.
High pressure. Great sound.
Okay, I'm grabbing me one of those when I get back.
M88. This is the TG version. Yeah, bruh. On the kick drum, I use it on the Watch the Sun album, Better. Wow. I use it on the Gospel According to PJ, on Better. I mean, on the whole, I think all the kick drum I had it on, and majority of the organ stuff, especially when he played pedals.
Okay.
It's usually the M88 at the bottom.
Wow.
Can't go. I need to actually buy another one. We got some old vintagey vibes. We use this a little bit on Better, which is the Electro Voice. Like old school, bro. The 635 is so old school.
Wow.
Like, look, still comes with XLR.
Dang.
Yeah, so got some of those vibes, man. And then when you go up, this is my corner kind of just like of clips and adapters and your converters. This is kind of cases and small stuff like that. This RA20 should be somewhere else. Like I said, I gotta talk to the rest of my crew, see why it's so unorganized.
Yeah.
This area, this shelf is usually all condensers, right? You got like Blueberry. Actually, one of my 103s, somebody's using another one right now. They loaned out a Lewitt joint, the other three out there. Ribbon mics, the 4038 Coles. If you don't know about them, get on them. This is a Warm Audio. I think this is the 251 or the C12? The 251. I actually modified this one and put an actual vintage 251 tube in here, which made the world of a difference. What else we got up here? Some more ribbons. My 121 here. The normal go-to for guitars.
Yeah.
The Royal joint, beautiful.
Man.
We got the believe it or not, these two people probably chastise me for saying this. This is 2 MXL ribbon microphones.
Okay.
Not expensive. Dirt cheap. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I've used them matter of fact, on some of the strings on the albums. They've been on there for kind of like in the XY pattern, or even sometimes room mics. And then I got like extra lanyard stuff and what is it? Case empty. And then like some other older stuff and DIs, other microphones laying around here. Like we got a stereo set of U87s, another one up there. Older microphones. That's the Townsend.
Oh yeah.
Before it became UA, the Townsend.
Yeah.
Yo. crazy.
Yeah, the talent
Like
was crazy, Mike.
crazy. Like
Slept on too.
slept on, bruh. That's why when I saw that UA was buying it, I was like, somebody's paying attention.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying attention. Yeah, some more other mics. Golden Age, we have a Golden Age audio clone of the Sony C800.
Oh.
When I get those good old rap sessions and some of the, depending on the vocalist, but like, that thing is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Let them tools warm up, let it get warm. It's beautiful, man. It's really
Yeah.
beautiful. This Lewitt, actually, PJ brought it over. The 440 DM. Little thing, but packs a mean punch. Tried this out on the floor time one day.
Get the job done.
What? I think they were supposed to be making this like to model the 57.
Right.
You could tell kind of like by the build.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this, but blew it out the water.
Wow.
Out the water, bro. So, and then I don't know last time I seen one even in production or anything like that. Oh, another cheap sucker. Behringer.
Really?
Not even the B2.
See, nobody would expect the B1.
A B1. Nobody expected there to be one in here.
Will there be one?
Yes. You know
Will
what I'm
there be
saying?
one?
It just came out the clip. That, I can tell you what I use it for.
Okay.
Kick out.
Really? Why kick out?
First off, honestly, because I just don't care about it enough to like worry about the diaphragm get messed up or anything like that. But it still gives me the full range.
Yeah.
And when you think about a lot of the cheap microphones already have what kind of EQ curve? A smiley face.
Yeah.
When I'm throwing it on a kick drum, on the out,
That
I'm
makes
looking
sense.
for that attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking for that low end. I'm trying to scoop out that middle part.
That's good. I see.
So if it's already
It's
cheap
already
and
in the mic.
it's already in the mic EQ for
That's
me.
good. We're going to try that, G.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those things. And then of course I'm not, we deal with gospel a lot.
Yeah.
I deal with gospel a lot. Jazz, New Orleans style and stuff like that. I'm not about to put no 87 or no real 103 or that 47 on that. Enough for them to blow my diaphragm.
Yeah, they blow it up.
You know how we all know how the musicians are, especially
Come
the
on.
drummers.
Come
Sound check. Boom, boom, boom. Go
Doing the
time,
record.
getting the rig.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's majority of my closet, man. On my closet, that box down there, it's my friends. That's my friends down there, bro. Like that's. I had this problem with you ain't gotta put this water in there, but I had this problem with collecting pops.
Oh.
So like, cause I used to be in the studio by myself, man, all the time. So I legit used to collect. You'll laugh at me for some of them. These are my friends, like I showed you in there, my ninjas. My clients brought me that.
Oh.
George Jefferson, like I got like so many. They got the Prince ones in there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, bro. Coming to America, somebody got me this too. I actually can't remember the big Michael Jordan pop. So yeah, it's a thing, man. It's a thing.
Hey, every studio has to have a thing. Mine's is Star Wars, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, you see I got the hat on, so.
Oh, you sure? Right? I ain't realized that.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd.
But yeah, keyboards again. Keyboards. Yeah, man. This is our.
This is Gumbo.
Yeah. This is Gumbo Studios, man.
It's a perfect name because it's just such a, Gumbo is like, that mixed pot of just everything.
Drop it in there, and guess what? When it comes together, the final product.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's always something that you just be like.
I'm preaching better than you shouting here, doc. Nah, man, but yeah, this is it, man, and we here in New Orleans, man. Again, big old melting pot, bro. Like, I mean, just all kind of sounds and styles, bro. From the influences from got the bounce to the gospel to just hip hop. It's just all over. So we just wanted to make sure we had a place that it can hold all of that, house all of that stuff, and then even PJ with his workflow and how he likes to do things. I mean, if you are a PJ follower, you've seen this place a lot of times in different vibes. Times where you've probably seen him and you even know. We was right here. We shot a lot of not movie stuff, but videos and TV show stuff and all that in here. So, but yeah, man, this is it. You know, all the normal stuff. It's looking like a studio right now. Cause I just got back. PJ's still gone currently, but we're gonna get it back right, man, to a better looking vibe. But come see us, man.
Yes, sir. How can they connect with y'all if they want to get some work done?
Look, we got the Gumbo Studios email and Instagram. Email is booking@gumbostudios.com. Website, we don't do a website, but the Instagram is Gumbo Studios @Gumbo Studios. And I'm Reggie Nick, REGGIENIC. I run it. Just reach out anyway. We got you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, though?
Appreciate you letting us in here, bro.
Oh, you already know, man. Guess what? Bless your heart and all your parts. Yeah.
All right, now.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
GospelProducers.com. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Back to the top. 2, 3, 4.
Repite. 2, 3, 4.
Praise break. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Praise break. 3, 4.
Go to church. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Drive it. 3, 4.
Breakdown. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Outro. 2, 3, 4. Chop it. Take it out. Stab the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, bruh. John Mike, you done it again, bruh. You done it again.
It started getting more on a professional level around that time. I got a call from a group named Blessed from down here.
I remember them. Yeah.
And we want to tell you, like, man, you're going to be working with Kevin Bond.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. I'm
Yeah.
like, really? That really ignited a fire in me because I actually had an opportunity to like talk with him. He would ask me like, you got any questions about anything, like anything you want to know?
Yeah.
So I asked him, you know, like, what do you do about it, man? And of course I hit my lows, you know,
Yeah.
where I'm figuring like, I'm trying to think like, what's going on? What am I doing? What's happening?
Yeah. We always see the glory,
Mm-hmm.
you know, of everything. We see the end result. We see like the plaques on the wall.
Right.
You know what I mean? The awards and all of that stuff. But what have been some of those struggles?
Absolutely. Man, you know, my biggest thing was...
So you got a C3, then somebody traded you for a B3, and then it became a free 3.
From now on, that's what I'm gonna call it. Hey man, I'm gonna get on my free 3.
Your free 3. What up, guys? You know who it is. It's your boy, John Mike, back again with the Hangout Podcast. You know what we do. And I got a special guest with me on today. You know, that shows how churchy I am when I say on tonight. I'm here with none other than Sean Keys, as they call him, producer of the year extraordinary. Y'all see all these billboards up here. This guy got BMI awards over there. He got NAACP Image Awards. This dude got awards just from everywhere. His middle name is probably Award. You know, how you feeling, man?
Man, great, man. Look, it's an honor to have you here with me, man. I appreciate it, bro. Like
down here in NOLA.
And NOLA, man. You know where all the food good.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, y'all, there's two things y'all got down here. Y'all got good food and hot heat.
Right. Man, it is crazy hot down here.
Hot heat. Like I told you yesterday, like when I got in, I said, man, I got out that car and all I remember is I beheld Satan.
You saw him face to face.
I saw him face to face. Yeah, and I was just like, yo, this ain't it.
Right.
This ain't it. It's not just the heat, it's the humidity.
That's what makes it bad, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we below sea level. So everything here is just hot, man.
It's like a sauna.
It's like a sauna.
Yeah.
It's not that dry heat like Vegas, man. It's like just you standing outside for 5-10 minutes and you wringing wet.
Dang.
Yeah, it's just, hey, it's a way of life.
Yeah, hey, you just gotta do what you do. So we're here with my man. We're working on some things. Y'all will be seeing some of that later. But I will always like to do these because we get to kind of see the story behind the glory, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a story that we don't get a chance to hear, because we see the awards, the billboards, we see all of that, but we often don't know the steps that it took to get there. I mean, because you've been producing for how long now?
Man, I started 99. Yeah, seriously, like in 99, man. Like, started in 99, and the crazy thing about it, bro, I didn't even know I was producing really.
Really?
You know, like people was asking my input on different stuff, and hey, what would you do here? Hey, you know, what would you, hey, you know, in the studio sessions, like, oh, well, take the strings out right here, man, and this part needs to go like this, and sing this part like this, and
so you was producing before you used this.
you know, my boys was like, hey, man, you know you producing, right? And I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
And man, and from there I fell in love with it, man. I had a passion for it and didn't even know what I was doing.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
So walk us through that, man. What's the journey? What's the story like starting, were you born down here?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Born and raised in a place, Metairie, Louisiana, which is about 15 minutes from New Orleans.
Okay.
Grew up in Kenner, Louisiana, which is right by the airport. So when you touch down in New Orleans,
I saw that.
That's actually Kenner.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Kenner, Louisiana. I grew up listening to planes fly over my head all day, every day.
Wow.
So I don't even hear it now. But
wow.
But man, yeah, grew up, man. 5 years old, started playing keys at my godfather's church, which was like 3 blocks from the house.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because, man, God just gave me a gift at an early age. My mom and dad were real active in the church, and you remember when saints used to run off programs for Sunday morning. So my mom, one of my mom's tasks, one of her duties was to do that, and so she had a key to the church. So we would go over there, man, and man, I go in there and she'll be back there running off, programs and stuff on the copy machine, and I'd be, up in the front playing on the drums and stuff. Wow. And so her and my dad started kind of realizing, man, this kid kind of gravitating towards music. So they buy me a drum set. When I tear that up, they buy me another one. Destructive little boy, right? All boys are destructive,
All boys are two of a bunch.
Right, So, I tear that up and they give me a better kit. And so, but it was one particular night my mom always tell me she remember, she was back there in the office running off copies, and I moved over to the B3.
Okay.
And somebody at church had, shown me how to start it. Well, no, what happened was I used to sit behind the organ and watch.
Yeah.
So I figured out how to start it.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna try to start this thing myself. 5 years old, I'm taking the lid off, and all that. Enough to snap my fingers. You know, so I learned how to, I started it, and then all of a sudden, you know, I just kind of started playing little melodies. I wasn't playing like full fat chords, and
Yeah.
Mom said she kind of stuck her head out the office like, man, this boy's playing like
Boy's
something.
playing.
So she told my dad. So, you know, I guess they waited a little bit to see if I was gonna stick with it. So they started buying me keyboards and stuff like that. And I never forget, my dad took me to Hall Piano Company in Metairie. And he bought me my first professional keyboard.
What was that?
It was a Korg X3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, it was a Korg X3, man. He bought me a amp to go with it, and a keyboard stand.
I had an X2 back in the day, the X2 Master Funk. That was my favorite patch.
Buddy,
they don't know about that.
Right? They don't know about that.
Was like, it was a poly synth.
Yes.
With a synth brass.
Yeah, man.
The slap bass on there,
Yep.
split.
Yeah.
Had some strings layered underneath.
Absolutely.
It was your everything patch.
Everything. Yeah.
It was like
That's
you
what
got
used.
it's like the everything bagel. You put it on. It's like the everything patch.
Absolutely.
You could pull that thing out in worship. You could pull it out in anything.
Yep.
That was it. Master Funk was the one, man. So yes, it started on that first keyboard and grew from there.
And grew from there, man. And it's like I started realizing that you could actually sequence on a keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that one had a sequencer on it, but I started getting to the music stores and kind of fooling with the stuff they had there. And so, you know, as I got older and was going through school and stuff, I called myself starting me a choir.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Singing and stuff, and, you know, trying to, you know, be over the choir and all that. But it kind of worked out all, you know, together, because from there I was over the high school gospel choir. And then when I got to college, this guy that used to sing with John P. Key and New Life, he was from Hammond. I went to college at Southeastern in Hammond, Hammond, Louisiana. So he came home because he was going to start his own group. So he came home and did a workshop and did a live recording at the end of the week.
See, they don't know about that. Like,
right, they don't know about that.
That workshop. See, that's where all of us. It's a certain, when you say workshop.
Yeah.
See, cats don't understand the workshop vibe. Learn all those songs during the week, because we was gonna come in on Friday and do a concert.
Exactly.
Or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. So at that time, like I said, I had a group, and we were all kind of scattered. We were getting older. Everybody was going to school, so we were kind of like going our separate ways. But there was a few of us that were all kind of going to school together. So I said, hey, man, I'm going to go check out this workshop. And I want y'all to come. And by the end of the week, man, I don't know how it happened, but I wound up directing for the recording. I was directing the choir for the recording.
Wow.
So, you know, started doing that. And so, you know, the guy, his name's Lamont Jackson. He's a pastor in Hammond now. He actually made an announcement that he was going to keep the choir going. So for those that wanted to be a part of it or whatever, it was real dope though, because, man, like for the actual session that night, Michi was the MD.
Yeah.
Big Mike Robinson, rest in peace, played organ. It was Coon on drums, Calvin Napper played drums, who actually has done records with me now.
Wow.
Calvin Napper was on drums, Maurice Fitzgerald on bass, and Eric Bryce played guitar. So it was basically John P. Key's band.
Man.
Yeah, they came and did the session, and we got a chance to hang out with them cats and stuff. And so, you know, Lamont said he was going to keep the group going. So everybody was telling me, hey, man, you know, Sean plays. He plays too.
Yeah.
So man, I kind of fell in there, you know, being his B3 player, you know, running up and down the road, doing these shows and stuff with him. And they finally signed a deal to Ty Scott. And so, you know, I got my taste of actually doing my first recording with a group called the Jesus Gang.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a youth group that Ty Scott had signed back in like 96, man.
96.
Yeah, it was like 96. I'm telling my age now. But it was back in like 96, man. And they, you know, we drove up to Indianapolis and did the session, did the live recording, and we stayed for a few days, and we did like all the overdubs and stuff. It was really cool. And so, you know, went through that whole ordeal and just kind of got a taste of what recording was like and stuff like that. So that was all kind of developing my love for what I was getting ready to get into. So yeah, so once he started, Lamont started recording their first project, you know, he was bringing me along through the process. So man, the whole time I'm starting to fall in love with this whole recording thing and producing and watching it all unfold. And, you know, went up to White Room Studios in Charlotte. Yeah, to get the record mixed. So I'm sitting there, I'm sitting in the sessions while the guys mixing the record and stuff, and got to play, you know, because one of the songs they forgot to play organ on. I think Mike was playing aux, and he just didn't go back and play the organ parts. He was like, "Well, Sean, you want to get up on the beat through?" I'm like, "Sure." You know, so I actually got a chance to play on that, and so man, it's just like I'm starting to just get the fever for it. And so you know, that went along, and they started working on the next record. And during the process of this whole group situation, Lamont would be writing songs, and he would come in. The band would get in to rehearsal first, and then the singers would come later. So he would come in and he would be like, "Hey man, I got this song. I need you to put some music to it." And I'm like, okay, so that was the start of my composition phase in writing music. You know, so he was like, he would start singing this stuff to me, and I would come up with these, you know, the changes and the intro need to go like this, and then we could do this, and I would teach it to the band. And so man, didn't even know I was composing and writing music and producing and all that. So
that's crazy.
So man, it was crazy, like a proving ground. I did that for about 10 years, and then the group kind of disbanded and started doing other things, and he started pastoring and stuff like that. But you know, that's kind of where I got my feet wet and got my love for it. You're not even knowing, like I said, not even knowing what I was doing. And man, kind of from there, I started practicing on people in the neighborhood. You know, I'm producing. You know, so people coming through. You know, hey, let's work on a track and stuff like that. And I was working at Guitar Center. And I was the keyboard manager at Guitar Center, and it's crazy that I had the job for so long because I used to just sit down on the motif and make tracks all day long. Somebody would come in, I'd get up and I'd help them, but then as soon as they out, I'm back over there. Yeah, but it was so crazy because like the store manager, he was really dope, man, because he didn't really stop me from doing that. He called the Yamaha rep and had him come down to check me out, and he was like, "Man, this guy is using this, you know, to sell your product."
Wow.
And man, I actually from making tracks on the motif, I won a sales competition where I sold the most motifs in the Memphis region for Guitar Center.
Really?
Yeah, you know, and it was from me making tracks. So they actually were talking about at one point getting me to do some demos, because you know the motifs and the keyboards come with the demo sequences and stuff, and they were getting ready to kind of sign me up to do some of the demos for the keyboards for Yamaha, but that guy that was the regional rep at that time, he got a promotion.
Wow.
So that never happened, but that would have been kind of cool to hear my stuff, on the motif stuff. You're like, oh, this is my track, you know.
Wow.
But
that would have been crazy.
Yeah, man. So you know, from there, it kind of turned into being more professional when I got around 99, 2000, 2001.
But 99, 2000.
Yeah, 99, 2000, you know. Yeah, man, it started getting more on a professional level around that time. I got a call from a group named Blessed from down here.
I remember them. Yeah.
I got a call from them, man, and they were like, "Hey, you know, we've been hearing a lot of good things about you, and you know, you a homeboy, you from here.
Yeah.
You know, we want you to work on our album." And I'm like, wow, okay, cool. So, and we want to tell you, like, man, you're gonna be working with Kevin Bond.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. I'm like, really? It's like, you know, so you know, Kevin Bond was doing most of their record, but they gave me the opportunity. I think I did like 4 on their on one of their projects, and he was doing the vocal productions for those songs along with the songs he was doing for them. And that really ignited a fire in me because I actually had an opportunity to like talk with him.
Yeah.
And he was giving me some pointers on different things. Like, you know, he would ask me like, you got any questions about anything, like anything you want to know?
Wow. He's always been there.
I mean, he's just that guy.
Yeah. I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply it to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
When talking to him, you know, he asked if there was anything that I wanted to, you know or anything he could help with.
Yeah.
So I asked him, you know, like, what do you do about writer's block?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, man, I'm gonna give you something really practical and simple, and I'm telling you, it's effective. He said, when you sit in a certain spot for so long, your brain gets used to the things that it sees around you.
Yeah.
So get up and change your surroundings. Take your MIDI controller, take your laptop, your hard drive, and go in another section of the house or go somewhere else, go sit outside and create. And man, I'm telling you, that advice has helped me out to this day.
Wow.
I ran into like a little writer's block actually during Keyla's album, and one of the first song on the album, as a matter of fact, she sent me a voice note and I just could not get it. And I remember what Kevin told me.
Wow.
And I picked up my stuff and I went and sat in the living room and wrote the whole record.
Wow. I mean, there's something to that though, because I've been in that space before, like you said, and it's, you know, it's something to that knowledge of just doing that. Cause like I'll go sit out on my back deck sometimes, or, you know, get in the truck and just take a drive down the interstate.
Yeah.
And some of the best ideas, some of the best products, best things that I've done over the years have been out of the normal creative environment. So I think that there's some kind of merit to that. And I was just talking with D-Lo, like I was telling you about D-Lo last week. He's producing in his kitchen. Like now he's got a whole studio set up just like this, you know, all ready to go. But he said that like he came in from the road off of a tour, off of a date, and he needed to knock out some stuff, and it's some stuff that he had been behind on. He's like, man, I've been trying to find the inspiration to do it. And he said, and I sat down in the kitchen and I just set up my keyboard real quick to kind of, you know, just knock something out real quick. And that one thing that I sat down to knock out ended up turning into the next 20 records. And he said, so I produced like James Fortune, I've done DeAndrea John. He said, I've done all of this stuff here in the kitchen. He said, I still got a full setup upstairs. He said, but when I get in there, it's like I'm distracted. I don't get no work done. He said, but then I'll go sit down here in the kitchen and it's like everything just snaps into place. It's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. And the other thing I figured out on my own is, and you know, those of us that have drive like you and I have, and like people like D-Lo and other people, like, you never want to take a break because you feel like you're going to fall behind.
Exactly.
But man, I'm going to tell you, and my wife can tell you, it's been times I just took a week off.
Yeah.
I'm not touching anything. And man, when I get back, it's like, here come the ideas. Sometimes your brain just needs that break.
It needs a reset.
You know, it needs a reset. And yeah, man. So that's when it kind of got serious for me, when Bless called me and we did some records together and everything. And I was like, wow, man, I can actually really do this. That was like my first time actually like signing a contract and getting money
for
doing production. And I'm like, wow, man.
And this was like what year? 2000?
Probably like the early 2000s. Yeah, like probably 2008 or 9.
Okay.
Is when that happened. But you know, I had been kind of practicing on people in the neighborhood and people from my church up to that point, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it, man. And from there, man, it it kept going, man. And of course I hit my lows, where I'm figuring I'm trying to think like what's going on, what am I doing, what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I should be further along than I am, and God had to politely tap me on the shoulder and be like, bro, I got you just where I need you to be. Watch what I do.
Wow.
And,
so just kind of speak to that a little bit, because I think like, it's always we always see the glory, of everything. We see the end result. We see like the plaques on the wall.
Right.
You know what I mean? The awards and all of that stuff. But what have been some of those struggles, some of those things that you get? Because I think that opens up it just opens things up a whole lot more when you can understand how people process problems, how they process through different areas of their life, and able to to still come out on top and win. So what has been some of those things that you said that you had to overcome?
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. My biggest thing was knowing that I was good enough for being overlooked. That was like like a big thing for me, and it got next to me because I'm really a big-hearted kind of guy. And everything I do, and I think we as creatives, we work out of our emotion. That's kind of how we are. We just it's the type of people we are, and we put our feelings into everything. And the one thing people always tell you in this business, don't take your feelings out of it. You gotta you can't wear them on your sleeve.
Thick skin, all of that stuff.
Have thick skin, and rightfully so. But I think one of my biggest hurdles was just feeling like I was good enough, but I was being overlooked for the opportunities, and people will try to put you, in a place that they know you are what you have been to them, and try to keep you there, thinking that's all you are.
Wow.
And not really letting you spread your wings and really show everything that you can be. And had it not been for my wife and my family and my close friends, man, I really probably would have threw in the towel. And of course God, I cannot forget him, because it was through prayer and everything that kind of got me back on track. With it all, but just it's naturally speaking, my wife and my friends and stuff, like my man, I never forget my friend Lim, who lives in LA. I called him at my lowest, bro. And I was like, man, bro, I'm about to get this up, bro. I don't understand like how, I know God has placed a special gift inside of me to do this, and man, I just keep getting overlooked, man. And he told me, he said, Sean, you can't give up, because we all inspired by what you're doing.
Dang.
We looking at you, and we're inspired by what you're doing. So, bro, you can't give up. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, you cannot give up, man. We looking at you, like, man, and right, and that clicked for me. And then my wife, just telling me that, hey, babe, stay in it. It's gonna shake in a minute. Just stay, keep doing what you're doing. And I never forget the day it turned around for me. It's I got a call. It's crazy how it actually happened, because it had nothing to do with a record that was gonna be placed at radio or nothing like that. But Uncle G called me, and he was like, "Hey man, I got a friend of mine, and we're doing a documentary on him, and he's a Mardi Gras Indian. For those that are from New Orleans, y'all know about that. They have different tribes that march during the parades. They get dressed all up in the suits, where they make the suits and they get dressed all up, and it's really a beautiful thing. And I said, we're doing a documentary on him, and man, we need a second line song.
Okay.
Now, mind you, I'm packing with my family to leave to go on a cruise.
Okay.
And I looked at my wife, and she was like, you got time to do it? Try to knock it out. So I was like, okay, Uncle, I'll get it done. And man, I jumped in Logic and created a second line song and for the documentary, and he was like, man, do you know anybody that can kind of do some vocals on it and stuff? So a friend of mine put me in touch with superstar from this area named Keyla Black.
Okay.
And so she kind of does the whole bounce, hip hop, rap kind of thing, but she does gospel bounce and all that stuff. So we linked up with her. She recorded it and sent it back to him, and he was just blown away about how fast I turned it around, how I was packing to go on vacation and I stopped to do it. And then he asked me, hey man, how much I owe you? And I told him nothing.
Wow.
And he was totally blown away, not even knowing that that God was opening a door for me to do things on a much larger scale. So
wow.
And he tells me to this day, he said, nephew, that's what sold me on you. You were professional, you turned it around fast, you stopped what you were doing, to do it, and then you didn't charge me anything for it. And I was like, wow, never. It was being, it was just being led by the Holy Spirit, honestly, because I couldn't have thought to do any of the things that I did. And so fast forward, maybe a year or two later, Sunday Best comes on, and there's this girl, Keyla Richardson.
Yeah.
She up there killing, and I watch the show I've watched the show from the beginning of the time. And she killing, and I'm like, man, she dope, and I'm thinking I'm like, man, she's actually, to me, she's better than all the rest of them that are there. And so I'm watching, and my phone rings, like the episode that she got sent home.
Okay, yeah.
And my phone rings, and it's Uncle G, and I'm like, okay. And matter of fact, he texted me right now. What's up, Unc? I'm in the interview. He called me. He's like, "Hey nephew, wanna tell you something." I'm like, "What is that?" I signed Keyla.
Wow.
And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Man, I wanna get some music on her, man." And man, I gotta tell you, you just really impressed me by your work ethic and what you did and how you turned it around, man. I want you to work with her.
Wow.
And man, he came down. Keyla came down from Pensacola. He came down from Houston. He's from New Orleans, but of course he lives in Houston now. Came down, and we got in the studio, and the rest is history, man. It's crazy, and just like that.
Billboard hit after Billboard hit.
Yeah, and it's and it made me think back. And I know it was God putting it in my spirit, like, remember you was getting ready to give up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I told you I had you this whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man, to think about like that. Like you said, not giving up right at the point. You were right at the point where you was about to let it go.
Yeah.
And here comes the light at the end of the tunnel that says, don't do it now.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're able to you're literally right there. So it makes you think, like, and hopefully that's encouragement to anyone that might be feeling that same pressure. We've all been there. We all get there. I told you earlier, like, there's days I wake up and I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Like,
right. Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I've done this, I'm doing that, this is going on, this is going on over here. How does all of this make sense?
Right, absolutely.
Like, where's what is the yellow brick road that I'm following?
Right.
Where's the Wizard of Oz?
Right, exactly. Right.
Which character am I? Am I the monkey? Am I the scarecrow?
Right.
Am I the Wicked Witch of the West?
Which one?
Who am I in this story?
Yeah.
And how does it make sense? So man, that's crazy to think. And I love to get those perspectives, from everyone that we talk to, because it's not all, this journey isn't all, especially as a creative, as a producer, and being able to do this thing full time.
Absolutely.
Etch out a full-time career in it is not easy in music, and all of that stuff. And you've been able to, over the last decade or so, build a career in this.
Absolutely.
Have successes and work on some really iconic music and records with some iconic people.
Yeah, man, it's been a blessing, bro. Like, just person after person. And man, it's crazy, man. God has allowed me to really be a part of a lot of people's firsts.
Wow. Yeah.
And I don't take that lightly. Of course, I would love to work with the iconic people, that I do. But man, it's like those first, like those people. This is my first record. This is my first single. Yeah. I want to get into the game, and I want you to, man. And it's like I've watched God take those instances and turn them into something special.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, and man, I love it. Like a lot of people kind of shun away from, you know, doing the indies thing, but man, I actually love it because I actually use it as an opportunity to educate as well.
Yeah.
You know,
to build with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Introducing the revolutionary plug-in for the 21st century. The ultimate solution to all your creative needs. Question: are you tired of hitting roadblocks in your creative process? I know I was. Do you yearn for sounds that would take your production to new heights? Well, I'm here to tell you, look no further. With my cutting-edge plug-in, your brain will be firing on all cylinders, unlocking a world of endless possibilities. Imagine effortlessly finding drum patterns with the perfect melodies, effortlessly creating live arrangements that leave a lasting impression on your audience. And let's not forget about this heartfelt chords that tug at the heartstring. This plugin is not just any ordinary tool. It's a game changer that will revolutionize your music production experience. With this intuitive interface and powerful features, it's like having a personal assistant dedicated to taking your music to the next level. Yeah, new heights. So I ask you today, are you ready to unlock your full creative potential? I know I am. So I say don't settle for anything less than extraordinary. Get your hands on this plugin. It's the future, and watch your music soar to the new heights. The possibilities are limitless. I give you the world of juice by D-Lo.
D-Lo got the juice, juice, juice. Keyla got the juice, juice, juice. Juice got the juice, 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 juice. Everybody get the juice.
What they're gonna become.
Absolutely.
When they're gonna be the next whoever.
Yes.
Who's gonna be the next insert name here.
Exactly.
So when you get to do that, and that's something to say. You know, like I've always said that as a piece of advice to anybody who's trying to get into the production, mixing game, into this, like you need to find, like, because most people say, if I can produce for that person, if I can produce for that person, if I can get in that circle, you know, I'll be able to do X, Y, Z. I'll be able to show them how good I am and be able to get work. But like I told somebody the other day, I said the definition of a circle is a closed loop.
That's right.
Which means it's a loop. They go around that loop. They go around that circle.
Yep.
They deal with the people that are in that circle. Right. So what you need to do is build your own circle.
That's it.
Build your own, find your crew, your people that you rock with, and rock with them and build with them. I got a circle. So when I need to get something done, when I got to get a record done, when I got to get something, you know, whether it's if I'm not mixing it myself, or if I am mixing it myself, I still got somebody that I'm using for mastering. I got somebody that I'm using for tuning vocals. You know what I mean? I got somebody that I'm using for bass, for guitar, for key. They get the call every time I get a call for a record.
Yeah.
And so that's because that's my circle that I've built with.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you build with that, and you just never know. Like I said, somebody broke. You know, Jamel broke Todd Delaney.
Right. Exactly.
But before Todd Delaney was the Todd Delaney, he was just Todd Delaney. Exactly. He was just another name.
Bro, like, man, I'm glad you brought them up because I actually look at them as the blueprint of how you as an independent artist link up with a producer and y'all make it together.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't, I just really wish that others would really grasp that concept. I mean, you can work with whoever you want to work with.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't saying that. Yeah, you wanna do what you wanna do. That's fine, man. That's awesome. But man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, and they winning.
They winning. They found the sound that Todd found the sound in the producer that had the sound that he needed.
Right.
You know, and they just, like you said, they just grinded it out and pounded it out. Yeah. And now everybody's trying to copy their sound. Yep. They didn't change. They didn't conform to what the industry wanted or what they thought. They just literally sat there and just kept doing them.
See, that's key, what you said too. And I always try to tell newer artists, like, don't try to create something that's already been created.
Reinvent the wheel.
Like, don't reinvent it. Like do your thing.
Yeah.
develop your sound and let everybody else catch up to you.
Yeah.
Don't try to conform to what is hot right now and what everybody's doing, because they got enough of that.
Yeah.
Like, create your own lane and let the people catch up with you. You know, and especially if it's dope and, and it makes sense and is working. Rock with it, man. Be you. Be unapologetically you, and everybody else will catch up.
That's so good, man. That's so good. So as we move along the journey as to how you continue to build your career, what would, because not most people know you as a, you know, producer, but you're also prolific songwriter, and you got people that write songs with you, and that you got a whole crew. So what has that journey been like as a building as a songwriter, as well as, you know, how those things have been hand in glove with you?
Yeah, man, it's actually really dope that we're talking about this, because, like, I want to dispel the biggest misconception that's out there. There are people that have even told me coming up, and it was just because they wanted to keep me from what I was entitled to. It's like, if you write music, you're a songwriter.
That's good.
You know, people don't understand that that's a facet of writing songs. People used to think that just lyric writers are songwriters, and that's not true, because go look at your PRO and see what's on there when you register a song.
That's good.
There's lyrics and there's composition, the music and the lyrics. So both of those things together make up a song.
That's so good.
Although I do write lyrics from time to time, but
most of your stuff has been from
composition. You know, and God kind of showed me how to build my team where I could focus more on the composition, and then get a group of writers around me that did lyric writing, and just
you built your circle.
Build my circle. You like that, but yeah, man, it started with me as a kid, kind of like making up songs around the house.
Yeah.
You know, like my mom and dad said I used to, like, anytime something would happen, they would say something and I would start kind of making up a song about it. Wow. You know, I gotta go clean up my room. Just silly stuff. You know, just being a kid or whatever, you know. But from that, I would always find myself, like, making up songs, you know, just about whatever was going on for the day.
Yeah.
And then once I started kind of playing and stuff more, I would actually hear, man, there's been times I would wake up out of my sleep and I would hear, like, you know, something, and I have to quickly go, because, you know, if you don't do it at that point, it's gone. Right, it's gone. It's gone. So I would have to get up and, like, so as a kid, man, I would sleep with my keyboard right next to my bed.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And I would, if I got something in, and this was before you could put voice notes in your phone and stuff, because these wasn't out. So, you know, I would literally get up and try to record it in my keyboard.
Wow.
And so when I get back up the next morning, it would be there. But yeah, man, you know, that's kind of how it started for me, man. And I was really big on listening to all types of music, and not just listening to it just as a consumer, but with the intent of studying it.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I got better at writing songs and the structure of songs. Like, I would always listen to a song like, okay, this is the intro. Like, what is gonna happen next? Oh, okay, this is a cooler part. Oh, this is a bridge. Okay, so, you know, I learned the structure, and I think that's what helped me turn into, you know, the songwriter that I am today.
That's good, man. Yeah. So what advice, because I think this is a big thing that I think a lot of us as producers, as composers, arrangers, that we leave it on the table. Can you talk to the importance, or first of all, like, just how, because most of us, we're just used to, especially in gospel, we're horrible about publishing and the actual business of behind making the music, to where we're not educated enough. We just get in there and and I'm guilty of it. We just get in there, we just press record.
Right.
And we just do it, and we put it out. DSPs and all that, they make everything so easy now, where it's literally, if you got an idea today, you can record it tomorrow and it can be out by Friday.
Right.
You know, it's just the way it is now. But so most people don't take the opportunity to understand the structure behind this whole thing and how it really works, how they can really not just win with the one off getting paid to do that. How does that give me a little insight? If you can just do it for me if it ain't for nobody else.
Absolutely.
Like, what is that like? How do you structure, like, how do you approach a situation when somebody calls you to produce or write, or how do you make sure that you're getting the most impact?
Absolutely. Well, let me start off with this saying that I've created. I always say, get the business straight, or the business will get you straight.
Ooh. That's good.
Get the business straight, or the business will get you straight. So when somebody calls me, and thank God for my wife, because so my wife has an MBA in business administration, right? Yeah, and she's really helped me to kind of get the business side of my production company straight. I'm like you. I just want to be about the music.
Yeah.
But she was like, honey, you need to put together contracts.
Yeah.
Put the stipulations in there as far as what you need to see happen.
Yeah.
Because and she didn't understand, it's us. Like, we the type of people, we want to play the gig. We ain't asking how much we're getting paid. Okay, I'm getting paid, so I'm just going to play the gig.
Yeah.
But she, from her business mindset, she's thinking, hey, okay, how much are you charging for this?
Yeah.
Because without any expectations, you can expect nothing.
Because
if you don't put in there. So when somebody calls me, generally what happens is, on my website, there's an email that they can email and then go through. My wife had it set up at one point where it went through a questionnaire, even like a Google Docs.
Yeah.
And like, what are you trying to do? What are your expectations, or what do you plan to achieve with this? Different things like that. So I can just get a feel for what the person was doing. Then from that point, once we talk, then I send the contract over. This is how much it's gonna cost. This is how much I'm gonna require if I'm doing this. Do you have, I don't even go through, especially with the newbies, I'll go through, hey, do you know what a performance rights organization is? Do you have BMI or ASCAP? Do you write? Like, so if you do this, listen, I'm gonna show you how to set up an account with the PRO so that when this thing goes to streaming or it gets played on radio from a reporting station, you'll get royalties from it. So, but it all started with my wife really like sitting me down, like, look, bro, we got to get this side of it straight. And she, man, I really feel like she should have been an attorney. Because, man, she got it down pat. She knows where to find stuff at. She drew up my whole contract to the T herself.
Wow.
And we just, honestly, bro, we really just got on YouTube University and went for it and figured it out, bro.
That's where it's at, man.
Man.
And like, shout out to the wife, man. Like that, my wife is the same way. And like I said, the Bible says a man that finds a wife, finds a good thing.
Yes, sir.
So when you can have someone that's that locked in step with you, that holds things down over here, or provides that space for you to be able to grow. It's not like she's literally upholding and pushing you up to where you are. And that's rare to find in this day and time, especially us as creators. And we don't talk enough about that, about the importance of, it's not just about, our talent, our skill, what we do, but it's also about who we connect with.
Absolutely.
My dad he had a saying, he say two things. He said, boy, two things you don't want in life. He said, one is a no good car, and the other one is a no good woman. He said they're both, he said they both cost you money and put you down.
Facts. All facts.
All facts. So when you can find a good wife, a good woman, a good person, to do life with, spouse or what have you, husband or wife or whatever, to do life with. That's going to determine where your success is or your failure is.
Absolutely.
And so it's not just as important about what you do or how talented or what your gift is or how creative you are, because all that could be sucked out of the window if you connect with the wrong person.
Yeah, man, I've always said, bro, if you connect with the wrong person, it could bring the good or the bad out of you. It can show you how great a person you could be, how much of a jerk you could be.
Oh, yeah.
That connection thing, bro, is so important, bro. And it's the same thing in the industry with relationships, bro. Like, people don't understand. This thing is about relationships. And so that's why I don't understand some artists or some producers that say they don't like people. Like, how? Like, how in the world can you say that? This business is the people business.
Yeah.
You know, even the people you come in contact with that's gonna consume your record. You know, it's people.
Yeah, it's 90. It's, and as I say it's work business is literally 10% work and 90% dealing with people.
That's it.
Like, that's just dealing with people. Me and my customer service rep talk about this all the time. It's the making the products, creating the stuff, you know, doing all of the things but we have to, on the other side of it, we have to deal with the people.
That's it.
You know, and we always talk about that. So it's just amazing to keep going. So you always teach people to get a performance right.
Especially if they're writing their own music. And I try to teach them about that. I try to point them to a bunch of different instructional videos on how it works, how publishing works, how do you get published. Even I've started pointing artists to Sound Exchange.
Yeah.
You know, so even if you don't write, hey, guess what? There is something that has been created for you as the performing artist on this record.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I try to make sure that, you know, people are versed on, like, matter of fact, Danielle Stevens is a brand new artist.
Yeah.
She's doing amazing, man. She got out there to Stellas and hustled and, you know, and did some showcases and was hobnobbing around there, getting in the flow of things. And you know, I started kind of talking to her just about the business, about how people, you know, may try to come to you and present you with something. They don't have a contract. They don't, you know, and she actually, man, the greatest thing was she called me the other day. She's like, man, you taught me well. Somebody asked me to do a feature and they were trying to, you know, ask me to do it. So I asked them, okay, so do you have the contract? How much is this going to be? Blah, blah. She said, you should have heard. I was just, and it made me feel good because she was actually listening.
She was listening.
She was listening, you know, so yeah, I try to do that with everybody that's uneducated about it. Try to walk them through, hey, this is what's gonna happen in this stage. Okay, we're writing this song together, so hey, guess what? I need you to get with a performance rights organization. I need you to do this so we can, you know, I'll even walk them through how to register the song and all of that. And that's something that you get with me that you may not get with a lot of people. I'm with you from giddy up to whoa.
Yeah, it's just not
yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. That's a good one. That's a good one. So yeah, you it's not just a check. It's not just a gig. It's literally like you put your space and your whole heart into it, and making sure that it's like it's a relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what are, you know, I always like to ask people these questions, like, you know, what are some pieces of advice if you had to give, like, just give me 3 big shots of advice that you would give to up and coming producers, even people that are still in the game. You know, like what are those 3 important things to you that you would say are important to know, or, you know, you wish somebody would have told you 10 years ago?
Yeah. The first thing I would say is don't chase anyone else's sound. Create your own and trust your own sound and stay in your lane. Don't let anybody make you feel like you have to create records that sound like the records on the radio.
Wow.
And early in my career, I had someone that kept pushing me to, hey man, go listen to songs in the top 10 and you need to create something like that in order to get a record like that. And I'm thinking, maybe he's right.
Yeah.
You know, and but man, no, man, like, stick to your sound. Make your sound your sound. Be good at being you.
Yeah.
You know, the second thing I would say is don't give up.
Yeah.
Like, do not give up, especially if you know there's something that God called you to do.
Yeah.
And you know, like, do not give up. Stick with it. Stay at it. No matter how crazy people think you are.
Yeah.
Man, if you stick with it and you really have faith and, you know, and just stick with it, it'll pop. It'll happen for you.
Yeah.
The third thing I would say is make Christ the center for real. Like, cause let me tell you something. This business can chew you up and spit you out.
Wow.
You know, even in gospel, y'all. Like, we're not, you know, we're not like above being. It's still the industry.
Yeah, it's still the
the
industry,
music
no matter-
industry, no matter what, you know. So make sure Christ is the center, and that's your focus for doing it.
Yeah.
Because you know you feel like it's your gift, and that's pertaining to any music that you do. Just make sure Christ is your focus and your center of it all, because it's gonna get hard out here, and you're gonna need to have somebody to lean on to get you through some stuff you ain't gonna be able to understand when it comes to this business. So that's what I would say. Those are the three things.
Three main things.
Yeah.
Wow. So a couple more things I'm gonna leave you alone, man. 'Cause we got to talk about this setup that you got.
Oh yeah.
This home setup.
Yeah, man.
You got everything kind of laid out now. Most people don't know you got a full on, which is what is it?
B3.
B3. You got a B3. Now what's the specs on the B3?
So, this is a 58, I think, B3. And I got a 147 Leslie.
Wow.
And man, it sounds great. It kicks. I know my neighbors hate me.
That's what I'm about to say. I know you said earlier. You said when you got a cut, you send the wife and them away.
Yeah. Like y'all go to the mall or something. Here's some money. Y'all go to the mall.
Yeah.
Or either I do it during school time. I'll do it when the kids are at school.
Yeah.
My wife works from home, so she's in our office across the way. So I have to wait until she's not on any kind of conference call.
Yeah. To be in the middle of a call.
Right.
Right.
You know, so yeah, man. But I love it, man. Man, like I said, I was an organ kid coming up.
Yeah.
So for me to have one in my home, and my wife loves it, which was crazy because I don't want that big old thing. And then she saw it, she was like, "Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It matches the decor."
That's funny. That is so funny.
So yeah, man, she loves it, and my kids always like me to get on there and play. You know, every now and again, like you know, they like, "Hey, just play it." You know, especially my girls.
That's cool.
But yeah, man, I got the B3. You know, I got a
you got
Fender,
actual. Yeah. You got a 73.
Yeah, 73 Mark 1 Rhodes. Love it.
And you said you paid how much for it? I'm
Let me-
so mad.
so let me
tell that story, Chief. Tell that story.
The church I was at formerly before where I am now, the sound engineer was like, "Hey man," we had it set up where my talkback, he could hear me in the booth, and he had a talkback to me in my ears, and like the band could hear him, you know, they could hear him, and I could hear him, and we would talk back and forth. So one Sunday, during the sermon, probably shouldn't have been talking, but anyway, he was like, "Hey man, you know anybody want a Rhodes?" Dang. And I'm like, he's like, "I'm trying to sell mine."
Dang.
And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Okay." So I said, "Hey bro, let's talk. Let's talk."
Yeah,
after
let's talk.
church."
Let's talk.
So he came down from the booth. He's like, "Yeah man, I'm trying to sell my Rhodes, man." I was like, I said, "What kind of shape is it in?" He said, "Bro, honestly, all I need is a sustain pedal." He said, "I just don't have a sustain pedal. It's in great shape." I said, "All right." So I didn't even ask him how much he wanted for it, because I'm like, I know this dude about to say every bit of $1,500.
Yeah.
So I get over to the place, and it was in his studio, and I played it. I'm like, okay, it's cool. You know, maybe it needs a little work on the keys as far as, you know, just the action and stuff, but it's beautiful. It looks great.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I still got the case for it and everything. Here's the case and all that, the top for it. I got the bag for the legs and everything." I'm like, okay, cool. I said, "Oh, man, how much you want?" He said, "Man, give me $400. And I tried not to look like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, bro. Yeah, I can do that." all along inside of me, I'm like,
You
yeah.
screaming.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I would have been like, 4 man.
Right.
Would you take 250? About 250
right
now.
See, I think he kind of knew what he had, but I think he just kind of took a liking to me.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "Man, I'm gonna hook him up," and he was really trying to get rid of it. So he was like, "Man, $400, man. I'll let it go." And I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." And I had my at that time I still had an SUV.
Yeah.
And so I came up, let my seats down, and gave him his $400. Rolled down,
took it home,
and got home, and started playing it. Yeah, of course I had a little work I had to get done to it.
Yeah.
You know, with the electronics, just getting it all soldered and back together. But man, since then I've been loving it. Every song, every record you hear with Rhodes on it, it's real Rhodes.
Wow.
It's that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Then you got the actual NS10.
Yes.
You ain't got the fake one.
Yeah, man.
You ain't got you got the actual NS10.
Hence the Crown Power Amp, you know, because I don't have the, So, man, those were gifted to me.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, all my friends hate me for this because, like, everything, they always, matter of fact.
Next thing you're going to tell me you got this B3 for like.
Well, I did.
Yeah. You got the B3 free?
So, well, almost. So what happened with the B3?
On,
let me go back to the B3. When I tell you the blessings of the Lord is on my life.
Come on.
So let me tell you what happened with the B3. So, honestly, I bought a B3. Oh, I'm sorry. I bought a C3 from a church that I played for. Actually, I still play for them.
That's right.
And it was, I did not know at the time, but the C3 was there during Katrina. It was their old organ that they had in the sanctuary, where the organ was sitting in their fellowship hall.
Okay.
And I used to always ask the pastor, what y'all gonna do with that C3 and Leslie? Like, man, I don't know, you want it?
Dang.
And man, he told me, I asked him, I said, well, pastor, how much you want for it? He was like, make me off. I was like, wait, what? So he was like, make me off. And I think I paid $500.
Come on,
and
man.
I called a good friend of mine. Now, here's the thing though. It wasn't this organ.
I know, yeah.
So I called a good friend of mine. His name's David Tarantolo. Everybody in New Orleans knows him. He's called the organ doctor.
Yeah.
And so when I got the organ to the studio that I used to be at out in Covington, Louisiana, I had him, because he actually came to the church and picked it up for me because I wanted him to do it a once over and look at it, and brought it over. He got it up and running for me. And he noticed that the Leslie didn't have a bottom rotor in it. He was like, man, this thing been sitting in water. This was actually in the church during the control. I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So he said, look, I got another Leslie on the truck. Let me just bring it in here. We'll hook it up, get everything working. So, playing it and stuff, and we couldn't get it to get loud. And so he's like, I don't know. So he took the back off. He started looking. He's like, let me take the preamp on with me and try to work on it. So he brought the preamp back. And he's like, okay, I got the preamp fixed, put it back in. It still wouldn't do anything. So at this point, the studio was closing, so we were moving stuff out. So he said, look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna come back and get the organ and the Leslie, and I'm gonna bring it to the shop, and I'm gonna try to work on it. He said, in the meantime, I'm gonna bring you another one to your house that's sitting in the warehouse, and you can use that one until I get yours fixed. Okay, cool. So he comes and brings it. COVID breaks out 2 weeks later. So COVID breaks out 2 weeks later, and it's like, he was like, hey man, look, the church I had that was gonna get that organ, I don't know what happened to him. God bless you. Have a great day.
Wow, man, come on. So you got a C3
for $500.
And then got a B. Then somebody traded you for a B3, and then it became a free 3.
From now on, that's what I'm gonna call it. Hey man, I'm gonna get on my free 3.
Your free 3. God, man, that's so crazy.
And it's immaculate, bro. It's in great shape, man. Like 0 scratches on it. So yeah, and it sounds amazing. Like everything, y'all heard with B3 on it. That's that.
That's so crazy, man. That's so nuts, man. So you build that. So what are your? I see you got a Planet Fat module.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, man. I got the Planet Fat and the MoFat, and honestly, I only pulled them out when the record calls for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have them in the rack. I don't even have them on right now.
Yeah.
But man, every now and again, if I'm doing something urban-y, or I want to go back to the 90s or something like that, or the early 2000s or wherever,
you grab them.
I grab them.
Interesting.
And use them. Yeah. So yeah, I still like, I like the in the box stuff, but man,
every now
and again,
you gotta go grab something.
Go grab something like that.
So as far as like in the box, so you produce with mainly what, Logic?
Logic is where I start.
Okay.
I always start with Logic. I love Logic. It's just I don't know. I love creating in Logic.
Yeah.
I don't like to edit anything in Logic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hate editing in Logic.
I definitely feel you.
Yeah, so my workflow kind of starts in Logic, created in there. I just like it's so easy to grab your VSTs in there and stuff and do stuff in there. And then from there, when I'm ready to go from MIDI to audio, I'll bounce them down, go over into Pro Tools, because usually at that point I'm getting ready to go to Gumbo with Reggie and track. Or the artist is coming in and we're going to Gumbo to track or whatever, or we we got the band coming in or whatever. So that's usually my process. Logic to Pro Tools.
Got it. And what are some of your top favorite plugins that you like to use on records?
Of course, all of the gospel producers. But no, seriously, loop elements. The Doobie stuff, Curious Sounds is crazy, bro. Like literally, I can hear stuff that I want to do instantly, just pulling up sounds and starting to play them. That I'm big on the contact stuff with the virtual, not the virtual, the Native Instruments stuff.
Yeah, Native Instruments.
Yeah, like their stuff is dynamite. Spectrasonics is amazing. Atmosphere and Keyscape, I love y'all.
Yeah,
I use them live in church. So that that's some of my go-to ones. Like the Pure Synth Platinum. Jamal. I like gospel musicians. So I use that a lot. So that's probably my top ones that I go to.
Good stuff. Man. I always gotta ask those questions, man. Like I'm always curious about what people are using and why they're using it. All those things like that. What Mac you got?
I actually still have a trash can.
Really?
Yeah, I got a trash can, but
2013.
But I bought it after 2013, and I got it
like $200.
No, actually, no, not that. No, I paid for that. Trust me. No, I paid full price for that, Jack. No, but seriously though, I got it kind of blown up too. Like I bought it from the website where you can kind of build customize it. So I went off because I used to work on an iMac and it just wasn't working, man. It just for what I was doing, it was crashing. It was too my sessions were too big, stuff like that. So I got a Mac Pro trash can. Hopefully the wife will let me get the Mac Studio.
That's next on my list.
Right, I gotta get that. Yeah, that thing is serious, man. So hopefully I'll be getting that pretty soon. But the trash cans are working great. I love it.
Dope, man. Well, man, I appreciate you allowing us into your space, man.
I appreciate you more.
Just have a conversation and talk. We got some session breakdowns from this man coming. If you haven't seen them yet, that means they're not available. If you have seen them and you just seen the podcast, then we probably got some more coming. Whatever the case may be, go check those out if you haven't checked them out yet. It's going to be some good stuff, or is some good stuff depending on when it drops and all those good things like that. But this is what we do. We like to hang out. There's going to be more of these. This is what we do. So make sure you check these out. Check out gospel producers, all those things like that. Check out Sean Keys if they want to book you, if they want to get with you. How do they connect with you, man?
Absolutely. So my website is iamseankeys.com. You can check me out there. You can check me out on social media. Instagram is probably my main platform, but I'm on all of them. On Instagram, I am the smoothest. Let me spell it for you. DASMOOTHEST. It's a nickname. Coming up, they call me Smooth. So I figured that'd be fitting. So the smoothest on Instagram. Everything else is Sean Keys.
Got it. Well, you guys make sure y'all connect with him. Make sure you connect with us. We'll talk to you guys on the next one of these. And we out. Peace. Yo, thank you for watching that exclusive clip from the Hangout podcast. If you're interested in seeing more of these exclusive interviews that we have, make sure you check out the playlist over here. If you're interested in taking your production, mixing, or whatever to the next level, make sure you hit the links down below in the description. All right, we'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'm out. Holla at your boy.